Broski got triple C in
Triple C.
fucking couch.
Triple C.
Fucking pulled up
Triple
on
C
us, dog.
Casey Overby.
Yeah.
Rhymes for no reason, but
I mean, there's a
fucking
reason.
champion ass motherfucker in here, dude.
Trying to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you are like the fucking spirit of the gym.
I'll take that.
You really are. You're like the speaker box. You're the talking voice,
box.
talking head, whatever.
Speaker box.
That's an old school term.
The speaker box?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, y'all barely even know what the fuck
What
I'm
even
saying.
what even is it?
mean,
Like, whatever, dude.
Go ahead. No, I want to hear what your definition
Speaker box?
Yeah,
Do you
what
know
is
what a
it?
speaker box is?
No, that's
You-
what I'm asking you. What is it?
Yeah, it's like what you have in your car. It's a fucking... It's like a subwoofer.
A subwoofer.
Subwoofer.
He said
It's a subwoofer.
It's a subwoofer.
He
It's a
hit the
speaker
wolf.
in a box.
Yeah.
It's wild that I have to break this down for you.
Speaker box. Okay.
Yeah. It's just like
Gotcha.
peanut butter jelly. Do you know what's in a peanut butter and
No,
jelly?
I got that part.
Okay.
Yeah. Butter and peanuts.
Speaker
Fucking
box.
idiot. Jeez. This guy. Yeah, dog. Thanks for coming and hanging out, man.
Of course, always.
Good shit.
Always.
I know you've
Yeah,
been
dude.
fucking all over the place recently. Kinda
Yeah,
traveling
a
and
lot of
whatnot.
traveling. It's been it's been like a busy last few months. Not bad. You know, it's good to be busy. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. How was Saturday?
Saturday was good.
NAGA.
Yeah.
Foley.
Whole team did killer, man. I think between us and Gulf Shores, we came away with a total of 9 belts. So
Crazy.
our gym had 3, and then 2 almost belts. We had two other people that almost were super close. We had Josh that made it to the finals of the absolute, lost in the finals, and then Leilani, who was up by 14 points, and then the last 30 seconds, unfortunately got subbed. But yeah, the whole team did great. I only had 1 match. Unfortunately, won on points, which is really lame.
Do you want to talk about why the guy didn't come down?
I
Or
mean,
you want to just leave that? All right.
we'll leave it. We'll leave
Okay,
it.
okay,
We'll leave
okay.
it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fine.
he got enough hurt from Pat. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I just had the 1 match, 1 on points, which was kind of lame. Dude just didn't really want to do jiu-jitsu too much. I don't know if you saw it, but
Yeah.
I grabbed his
Dude, you were like a fucking heat-seeking missile, dude.
Yeah, I was all over him, man. He just, every time I got a grip, it was
Yeah.
crazy. He was just freaking out.
Yeah. This was the one that you were talking about. You had a heel and he got out and he ran type deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
quite a few times.
Yeah.
Pretty much just any time I tried to
I mean,
get any
it-
grip.
like,
it was,
I don't know if I actually saw the entire match, the entirety of the match.
It's pretty frustrating.
You
It was
cut
a-
up
it was
the
a frust-
highlights. It was pretty good on
Yeah.
Instagram, though.
Yeah, the highlights are okay. Just because I had a ton of attacks. Dude was just quick and wanted to get out of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What were the points on that?
I didn't even look, to be honest. I was pretty pissed off once I won on. I mean, I knew when the match was over that I had won, obviously, because I mean, that he did literally nothing.
Yeah.
But I didn't even look because I was just frustrated. You know what I mean? I had 3 deep subs that I should have finished. I just honestly wasn't expecting him to freak out as hard as he did and spin as hard and fast as he did. So I just didn't control it very well. But
You didn't get anything where it was breaking and he just was gritting through it kind of thing?
No, the one heel hook I had, it was probably with a minute left, so we were pretty sweaty. So he ended up just slipping out of that.
Gotcha.
And then I had a dead orchard that I was just cranking on, and I was actually smashing my boys.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Seems chill.
it kind of sucked. I was trying to maneuver and get it across the hip, but he
Yeah.
was just kind of picking me up and slinging, and I eventually let that go, and then ended up in a rear triangle at one point, and he slipped out. Same thing. Had one where we rolled out of bounds when I grabbed his leg. It was a lot of just
Yeah.
stuff like that, But whatever, got the win, so it
That's
is what
dope.
it is.
Yeah.
I've heard some of the people in our gym, and I know some people are doing super fights coming up. I think
Yeah.
Josh has got
Josh
a super
has got
fight.
one, and then we have Pat as well.
I mean,
Darby
Pat
had
stays
one.
in the super
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Darby had one, and then I guess her opponent pulled
Suck
out
it.
for whatever reason. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
And then some of our gym are going down. There's a ADCC Open in Orlando.
Yeah, that'll be in November. So we're trying to get a good bit of people. I know me and Derek are going to jump in.
I think that is exactly the same weekend we're going to LSU, Alabama.
I mean, if you're
4th, 5th, or whatever it is.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Because I swear to God, y'all brought it up like when I was there at an open mat, and I was like, "Damn, we are out of town." And actually,
Yeah.
because that would have been
That would have been a
cool.
sick fucking trip.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get a good bit of people to go.
Well, I think ours is November 4th.
November 11th. 4th is off.
It's November 11th.
Yeah, November 11th.
Well, fuck.
Wow.
The Saturday after?
Yeah.
Take a little road trip.
Yeah, but that'll be
sick.
cool. I know we're gonna try to get a lot of people to go out, because it's a fun rule set to compete in. I really enjoyed that last Open in Vegas. It was really
Yeah.
cool to like compete like the pros do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like,
That was the first one they've done.
yeah, that was the first one. But yeah, it's super cool to like compete at that rule set, even though that rule set kind of fucked me in the finals. But you know,
But you've learned now from
yeah,
that.
now I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we get a big group going out to compete. Cause
Yeah.
that's
And it
fun.
really benefits you. Like, our gym is really sub heavy. Like,
Yeah.
they're more interested in subbing than like trying to win on points.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, that just favors the bold there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
and it's sick. I mean, just them being able to do this to get the hype and just to see the rising stars. Like, I don't know if you guys follow their YouTube, but they've been putting out like,
Oh yeah.
Little videos.
yeah, so
each
they'll do
open.
like a recap of
The
an
older
open,
ones,
but
yeah.
they'll highlight like 3 athletes. And
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
one that
Ryan was in one of them in the
Yeah,
final
it was the Denver
against
one, right?
Oliver. Yeah,
that was the same one with Rose.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 I remember
Yeah.
watching that one for sure. Yeah, I do like what they're doing, and I think it's like blowing the fuck up.
Yeah,
too, you know
I
what
was
mean?
telling
Like,
Derek the other day. I honestly think ADCC the Opens will be like the new NAGA in like 3 or 4 years. I think they're just gonna
Shit,
be.
I
new.
don't
I
think
don't
it-
know if it'll take that long.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna
It's
take.
already feeling. I mean, maybe.
I mean,
not
as far
because
as like
there's
hitting the smaller
many.
cities,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I could see, I could see like the Opens being the new like
Yeah.
common tournaments.
Because
you know?
honestly, dude, I don't know, and I know you guys get on me all the time, and we can get into this. Like, I don't compete, okay?
which you should.
And I should,
Yeah.
right? But like, there's something about. I would compete at ADCC. at a
Don't say
drop of
that
a
now
hat.
if you're not going to do it in November.
I'm just saying, like, I would.
Well, you better.
All right.
I'm gonna,
But
I'm gonna be
to
all
me-
over you in November then.
But to me, it makes it feel like when something is
Something special?
unobtainable
Oh.
in my head, it makes me want it more than when something feels obtainable.
You want to
Like,
work for it? Is that what
Yes,
you're
you
saying?
guys say I could win a belt.
Mhm.
It's
could.
it's not that it's not that interesting. It's that okay, I could. Y'all expect me to, but when I'm expected to not do something, I'm addicted to that.
No, I would still expect you to win at the
All right,
ADCC
fuck.
Open too.
You should have been like, yeah, for sure you're not winning, dude.
No, I would still expect you to win first at the Open.
But
as well.
also, on top of that, layered on top of that is like, I know the level there is going to be crazy because people are like, this is ADCC.
Yeah.
Even though it's not, it's like our version of like,
I mean, you had
and
Oliver
something
Taza
about-
in the last one. You know what I mean?
Something
I
Like,
mean,
about
all
South
of them
Florida,
have huge
yeah,
stars.
yeah.
South
Thor,
Florida
fucking
too
everybody.
is like
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is down there, but they go the fuck off.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I
Like,
also
even for
hate
that,
Orlando.
even for that that fucking Copa that we went to, dude, it was like a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
You know, compared to up here and down there.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
the elementary or middle school we were at was sponsored by Bang.
Yeah.
nice.
That's
Yeah. They do different shit.
the
down
school, not the
yeah,
event.
yeah.
The school was sponsored by Bang. So
It's crazy.
just to let you know the level they're at over
Yeah,
there is
yeah.
kind of a little
North Miami goes crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild. But being at the first one, how different is it than other jiu-jitsu events you've been to? I mean, we were in the same venue, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was held at the same Thomas Mack.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was like much different than any other thing. I guess it was a little more professional, like as far as like the microphone and like calling people for matches and stuff like that. But it all pretty much ran the same. You know, it told you which mat and when to be there, and all that. But you know, there was definitely more pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
Especially because you could be going against anybody's boy, like Tackett's boy, or
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
anybody.
I mean, yeah, you know, you see like Sean's guys, they'll be competing with like John Danaher in the
Yeah.
coach's seat, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the fight, Sean's guy has to go shake John Danaher's hand and be like, "Hey, I just beat your guy." You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I feel like also too just being in the arena type deal, even though it wasn't like packed out. You know what I
That's
mean?
insane.
But
Well,
that,
and honestly,
just the
there was
feel
a
of that.
lot more people than I was expecting to be there.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
a good amount of people there. You know what I mean? Like it was obviously not packed because that's a huge arena, but there was a lot of people there for the Open.
Yeah.
It was a good bit of people.
And
there.
to think, I wonder if next year they'll do the Open in the Thomas Mack, or they'll also do it in the T-Mobile.
Probably be T-Mobile.
If they do it in the T-Mobile,
I mean, I would think if they already have it rented because they're gonna
Squad
have it,
up.
Yeah. And they're gonna have mats and shit already. So
yeah, they're gonna have it paid for, so might as well.
What ADCC falls Saturday, Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So UFC will not be fucking with the thing at all. But I wonder if they're gonna have any sort of. Obviously, I feel like they're gonna sponsor it this year because they've been doing these invitationals and they're
Right.
getting their foot.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you be attached to ADCC? That's the biggest jiu-jitsu thing, period.
Right.
And it's catching steam right now.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if they're going to do some sort of, like, super fight on top of what already happens. Because this year's super fight is Yuri versus Gordon. Yuri Simone's, because he won the absolute. And it's like, nobody's talking about that because, we've seen it. And, like, you see Gordon's, like...
You know what they should do
Bricked
as like
up.
a special match for ADCC that would be huge would be Khabib and GSP, like a jiu-jitsu match.
Dude, you see, that would be insane. And I thought...
That would be huge for ADCC. You know?
Why? Because, look, Khabib can do it because that's not a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Your mom said no fights.
Just grappling.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
so,
I
like...
think that's a bitch move anyways. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, he's gonna grab you by the back of the neck
alright.
like he did fucking Artem, and he's gonna you call me bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Whatever.
a sick ass match though for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
And
it'd be
also,
huge.
they
Name a
definitely
bigger
need-
grappling
Well, I just think
match
that
they
would.
could do.
I think that would get a lot more people in there that aren't
Oh.
like jujitsu people.
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
would get more UFC bros into it too,
which is
being
what
like,
you
"Oh,
need.
shit."
I think that's what
Yeah.
you need is to
Yeah.
get people that don't do jujitsu.
They're the casual fans of UFC. If you could get half of those people
Yeah.
watching, the Fight Pass stuff and ADCC, it would be.
Which I think I think it can get there, and I
Oh,
think
definitely.
I think it's just a matter of time.
Definitely.
And I know Dana White's mentioned like putting jujitsu matches on cards, which I think would be huge.
That would be so.
Like,
sick.
because imagine if like you had like your co-main, or not your co-main. I guess now your co-main would be like Gordon versus whoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then have your main after that. So
Yeah.
have the jujitsu match in between the typical co-main and the main.
Yeah.
So that because you know how sometimes they'll end early and like the main event guys like they'll be like fuck, we're
Yeah.
not done warming up. Well,
Yeah.
all right, cool. We got a 10-minute jujitsu match.
Dude,
Yeah.
imagine if they do this for like UFC 300, and it's like Gordon versus John Jones, because they're the same weight. You know what I'm saying? John might be a little heavier at that point. Who knows, like
Yeah,
where he
I think
falls?
he would be.
But like Gordon can catch up to anybody's weight real quick. You know?
Yeah.
But
Kinda
like
way
name
to
a
go.
bigger
But then
person
it's also-
Gordon could just choke.
But then it's also,
dead.
do they have to, I guess they would have to be in the USADA pool at that point, being under the UFC.
buddy.
Being under
Hey,
the
buddy.
UFC
Yeah,
stuff,
that would be interesting.
you
I don't
know?
Buddy,
Buddy.
slow it down, dude.
I'm just saying.
Let's just try to
I mean,
get
there,
the
there,
fight made.
there may be
Yeah.
different rules. Like,
No USADA for
depending on,
either
like,
one
no
of them, because
strikes
let
and stuff
John do his
involved.
thing.
But,
You know what I'm saying? Let it go.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be huge if they started doing that. I think that would be that's what would elevate the sport
Yeah.
like crazy, because then what would happen is all these people that normally watch people punch each other in the face, they're gonna kind of be forced to watch jiu-jitsu. And I think, as much as I hate to admit it, I think that then you're gonna have people that are like, I'm not gonna get punched in the fucking face, but I'll try
I can
that.
do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
That-
that makes a lot more people want to try jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
because they're kind of forced to watch it. So they're like, man, I love UFC. That shit's cool. But I'm not going to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
But I'll do this.
Yeah.
I'll try this out. This seems all right.
That might also force them to be like, oh, I could do that. I could get up.
Right.
Yeah.
How is that guy holding them
Yeah.
down? Just get
Yeah,
up.
just stand up.
Yeah. That's always a mass appeal to anybody who doesn't fight or doesn't have much experience in fighting, seeing people fight, being like,
Yeah.
dude, Justin Gaethje, no offense at all. Buddy's body looks normal.
What about Nate Diaz, bro?
That's what I'm saying. These people have
Jeez.
normal bodies.
Yeah.
And then you see somebody like Felder or fucking
Michael Chandler or something.
Chandler,
Yeah.
and they're just fucking muscle
Chiseled,
sharked
just have-
up,
yeah,
dude. Just
they've got
fucking
abs on
short-
their eyelids.
diced, dude. And then you see Gaethje knock him out,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do feel here's a good question, because I feel like we're getting close enough that we can start to like kind of form it. UFC 300. What is that going to look like? I feel like the Chandler Connor, that's probably going to be on that.
I don't think they're gonna be able to make it happen. I don't think like
that fight at all.
Nah, I don't think Conor really gives a shit for that fight. To be honest,
Maybe not.
he doesn't. You can tell he doesn't give a shit about the Ultimate Fighter.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
give a single fuck.
I don't
about
think
that.
he cares. I really don't think he cares about any of it.
Well, who
which
do you
sucks
think
to
he
see.
wants to fight then?
I don't
Conor?
think he wants to
Yeah.
fight anybody.
He wants to fight Khabib, but that'll never happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
don't
not
think he
gonna do
really
that.
wants to fight. Like, I think he's cool.
I mean, the only fight I could see them making happen with him is Nate Diaz, because they both want to run that back.
Oh, so you think they're waiting till after August 5th to see how the Nate Jake does?
Yeah.
That's also happening.
I can't believe that.
That's
crazy to
insane.
me.
Yeah.
And have you seen the promos for the Nate thing? Like he puts out YouTube videos now or whatever, and he does the. I don't want to like say the wrong thing on it, but like the prison workout where they do the push up and then they slam their hands on there and then they do the knees to one side,
yeah.
and it's like a whole 15 set rep for one.
Yeah.
He does that and then he
Jeez.
does the hits on the fucking abs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but he's been in prison. That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'll have videos like that cross my Instagram, and you'll see like a dude doing it in his living room, and there's like holes dug
Oh, I've
into
seen that, dude.
What?
The hardwood is
Yes.
like the hardwood is.
How many times
yeah.
have you done this?
Yeah.
Your rubber sneakers are working through the
Yeah, why
Why don't
wood.
you just move over a little bit?
I'm
Right?
saying,
It's
put
like,
a
why
rug
you-
down, something, get a mat.
Get a yoga mat, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Also, probably better for your joints. I mean, damn, dude.
For sure.
But UFC 200, what do you think
300.
is going to be the main event?
Man. I don't know, to be honest.
I think it's going to sneak up on us, whatever it is. You know, it's going to be like, oh shit, this dude's available now. Or maybe it'll be like a rising star like Tom
I do
Aspinall,
think
John Jones.
one
or
fight,
something.
it's not going to be the main event, obviously, but I do think one fight that'll be on there is going to be Bo Nickel and Hamzat. I think that'll be on there. 'Cause obviously not the main event,
That's
but
delicious.
I do think
That sounds delicious.
that'll be there, because I saw him like kind of in talks with it on Twitter. So if you're going to do it, you wait till UFC 300.
Well, do you think the Paulo Costa Hamzat fight actually happens? Because that's signed to fight 295, I think.
Maybe. I mean, but you know Hamzat, that dude fights 2 months later every time.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah,
That
true.
wouldn't really matter.
Somebody's saying there's something going on with Hamzat is why.
he's been so absent.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
it's
don't know.
not. It's not the UFC not trying to make it happen. It's something going on with him.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't think it's a sickness.
Could be like some legal shit. Like,
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is he having some problems getting over here, and we're just not allowed to be privy to like what is
Yeah,
legally
yeah.
going on with him?
Yeah.
Like he killed a guy, and UFC's like, hey, we can cover that.
All
That's a
right.
little
That's,
far.
yeah, it's aggressive. You know
I
what
don't know, dude. Have you
It's
seen
fucking-
him?
This video is gonna get taken down.
Hey, dude,
It's okay.
it's crazy.
It's fun.
And this BMF belt, who do you got in that?
Dustin's gonna win that one.
I think
Poirier. Sorry, I know they sound similar. so-
Dustin and
yeah.
Justin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Justin, if he loses, retires. Because he was already talking about this
Yeah,
is my final
so.
run.
I mean, but both of them don't really give a shit to be there anymore. To be honest,
Yeah.
like
I think Justin likes to fight a lot, and
but
Dustin.
they both said like, I don't enjoy this anymore. Like I don't enjoy the camps. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know. Everybody's. We are kind of on that like old guard walking out. Max,
It's
Dustin,
weird.
Justin,
Yeah.
Tony.
All-
There's like a mass exodus of all these people in their last final fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And you got people, which is crazy to think, like Nate might come back.
Yeah.
He was there before all of them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that dude.
It's like
He's a
who's
dog.
taken as much damage and still looks kind of the way he already did.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, he has taken so much that anytime he takes a single shot, it's like,
Yeah.
it shit's over. You know what I mean? There's so much scar tissue in that
Yeah,
face, dude.
true,
It's
true.
like,
But he is so mentally fucking tough. Triathlons in your
Yeah,
off time.
yeah.
Bro. Try running
That's
a
your
mile right now.
That's
in
your
life.
vacation.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
triathlon.
this is my off time. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah,
But
it's
people like
tough.
them, they just cannot sit still. So I just don't know what they would find themselves doing. I think Dustin will probably like end up just being in the gym coaching and shit.
Yeah.
Not being like a main coach like
All right.
Tom. What the fuck is his name? He's like the striking
Tom
coach.
Selleck.
No. He's his striking coach.
I don't know.
He lost to fucking Uriah Faber. Or he beat Uriah Faber for the belt in WEC. It's a long time ago. But like Justin, he probably ain't coaching nobody.
Nah.
I think he just
He
gonna
would
go
do.
off golfing.
I feel like he would do wrestling shit. Oh, he probably would golf.
You
a
see
lot.
that he does an annual golfing event for
I haven't seen
veterans.
that. No, I
It's
haven't
on
seen
the
that.
this actually.
Yeah, I saw
You
that
don't
he
qualify
played
for that,
golf.
though.
Yeah, I won't qualify, but I do know. I'd seen him playing golf before. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that big.
You don't think you could qualify for a Justin Gaethje golf tournament?
If it's a
Well, if it's a veterans tournament,
Oh, I don't fucking know.
let's
I don't
put
know
two
how
and two
that-
together there, bub.
Fucking, it's raising money for. I don't think it's veterans
Oh,
playing.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's for
well,
them.
if it's just a tournament, then yeah, there's no qualification
pay.
for that kind of. Thing.
I mean,
you
Pay
just
to
gotta
play.
pay $1,200 to pay to
yeah.
play or
I
something.
mean, they raised $50,000 the last time they played, so I assume
That's
you
it.
have to throw a little cheddar in.
yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
pretty. Some of those tournaments get fucking expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Some of the golf clubs get fucking expensive.
Mhm.
Bro, I went and played in a
Yeah, go ahead.
golf course over in fucking Alabama,
Is
dude.
it Kiva Dunes?
No, it was Point Clear,
Oh, yeah.
but $350 to
Jeez.
play at this fucking golf course, and like TPC over in Jacksonville or whatever it is. I guess it's in
I
Jacksonville.
think it's
can't remember.
technically outside of Jacksonville, but it's all the same.
But
area.
it's like fucking $1,500,
Yeah.
dude, to play one of those courses.
Is
which
that because it's like
insane.
on a tour?
yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
where
TBC
that's where
Sawgrass is.
pros play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like the stadium course and then the like,
Peasants course.
yeah.
Now,
and the
dude-
peasants course is like 1,000 and
Yeah.
the stadium course is like,
I see
1,500.
what the golfing like courses look like on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at Pretty to Bay Golf Club, and they told me that used to be on that tour.
I don't think it was ever on the
There-
PGA tour.
That's what they said to me while I worked
Maybe.
there, and I was like, "There's
Maybe the
no way."
LPGA tour.
What is that?
It's the
Huh?
women's.
Ladies.
Oh.
Yeah, Professional Golf Association.
Word.
But maybe it was back in the day. I don't know. You know that Scenic had the women's U.S. Open, played at it in '69.
Good year.
Mm-hmm. It was a good
Remember
one.
that.
It was a good
Yeah.
one. But yeah, I mean, shit. I'll be honest. We've got some good golf courses around here.
You ever
We
played
really
at
do.
Kiva in Orange Beach? Kiva Dunes?
Mm-mm.
It's really nice.
No, I don't think I've ever.
It's
been
really, or I guess it's Gulf Shores, sorry. It's on Fort Morgan, but it's a really nice golf
Yeah?
course. Yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely some good ones around here. That's for sure. But yeah, golf is just expensive, man. It's fucking crazy.
It's interesting to see the type of sports people are into, like when they are not. Like Ben Askren is like a semi-professional frisbee golfer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, yeah.
That's insane. Like
But
I
I mean,
get
if
it.
you look at him, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
now
what I mean?
if you only know him from that, yeah, he looks.
He
accurate.
looks like a frisbee golfer.
Then you'd be like, "What? You fought?"
yeah. You would think he's more of a frisbee golfer
Yeah,
than he is
yeah.
a fighter.
Pretty sure it's
for
disc golf,
sure.
but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
Or
disc golf. It's fine.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
I just didn't want someone to call us out.
Athletic terms, dude. I don't
Make
know.
sure we.
This guy's sponsored by
Correct.
Innova over here, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know,
disc
dude.
golf.
I don't know what you could, if money wasn't even a fucking option, what kind of sports you would get into post, like in your retirement.
What would
age.
you do if money wasn't
like
wasn't
my
a thing?
retirement thing?
Yeah, like if you were to just pick up a sport when you turn 50 or
What'd you
whatever,
call it?
40 or
Disc
something.
golfing?
Yeah.
That seems
Disc
pretty
golf?
cool.
I feel like I would just get really good with like nunchucks.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just-
All right.
Hey, dude, the Bruce Lee start ping ponging
He's like
with it.
cooking with nunchucks and shit.
Yeah. Just get really good with really expensive
Dude,
nunchucks.
if money just was not an option,
That's
I'd
what I
probably
said.
try to I'd probably try to do some sort of like the B league of NASCAR. Because racing is fun as fuck.
Or what's the big long drag ones with the parachutes? Those seem
Yeah,
cool.
Quarter
but
mile dragster.
You
stuff?
gotta just hope you don't die.
Yeah, see that? Yeah.
mean,
I
if you're-
wanna
if you're-
rub-
If you're at that age, do you really give a
here's
shit?
Justin playing golf. Look at that.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just we were talking about golf and I was like, oh, look at that. It's crazy.
Also, it's like it's done by him, but it's thrown by other people with his name on it. So it's like, does he? I'm not trying to down the guy at all, but like, what do you do in that situation? Are you just there and your name is on it?
Yeah. So
Or
you're-
you put money up?
No. So like
Yeah.
they
The
probably
brands?
he might have reached out to them. They reached out to him. Whatever. But basically, a lot of people come because it's him.
Yeah.
Because if it was just some random, then they're not gonna
True.
raise as much money.
I don't know if you guys know, but Justin, DC, there's another motherfucker that's like crazy about fucking golf. And they like
Trevor Whitman.
Justin and fucking DC put up big money against each other.
Yeah.
Like they talk
I
mad
remember
shit.
seeing them play too.
Yeah.
I remember them playing together. Dude, fucking Steph Curry as a golfer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
dude, he
get
did
the
that fucking
fuck
hole in one
outta
was
here.
bananas.
Yeah, dude.
Bananas.
I think if he spent 6 months just training, like just playing golf,
Yeah.
could be a professional golfer. 100%.
Okay, and everybody says this.
Yeah,
Do you really believe that though?
I do.
I think it's it's a mindset.
Yeah.
I think being a professional athlete is.
So
like,
how
a
often do you
large-
think he plays now then?
He probably plays a lot.
Yeah.
He probably.
But
I-
if he
I
put the
guarantee
amount
he
of
plays.
time that he
Yeah.
put into basketball into
Oh,
golf,
yeah.
you know, for like I said, 6 months, I think he would be a fucking +2 handicap, +3 handicap.
I don't even know what that means.
He would be
Good.
Yeah, tour like pro tour level.
What does handicap means? Like I gotta give you shots?
Yes. Yeah.
So why? I've never understood that term. So like, say I shoot, the course is 72. Is that an accurate course number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's par. We call that par for the course.
Okay, so say I shoot. So shooting par means you're average.
No.
No.
If
That's
you can
scratch
shoot-
golfer.
Yeah.
That's
If you-
like
What's that?
pretty fucking
Yeah,
good.
if you're shooting par, you're good.
Yeah.
So
Compared to
what
the
is
average
an
person, you're
average
very good.
golfer then?
What do you mean average?
Average
That's the
is
thing.
I don't
Someone
even know.
who-
I'm asking
Someone
you.
who golfs like
90
once a month.
90% of the players don't break 100.
Here. I'll do this
90%
in
of
fighting
golfers.
terms, bro. I see red. What does that mean in
Oh,
golfing?
that guy, he's nowhere. Like he's.
What is
gonna-
your number at the end? If the course is
100.
72,
Yeah,
100 plus.
Yeah, that's like
100
a one.
plus.
Nine,
Okay.
like I said,
110, 108.
90% of people that play golf cannot break 100.
Okay, so who breaks par? Is that a brown belt, a black belt?
Breaks par.
That's black
or
belt.
is par? Who would
Par
be
is
par?
par is brown belt, black belt
Yeah.
is like under par.
So what are you?
I
In
mean, I
golf.
shot 5 over today.
So what's
Yeah.
that mean? So you're blue,
He's
purple?
I'm
5
like
strokes
purple.
higher than
Yes.
par.
Yeah,
So that's purple belt?
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so,
And that's hard to do. Like most people don't do that.
yeah. So when people say handicap whatever, why wouldn't they just say, I shoot 5 over on the course?
That's what handicap is. A handicap basically loosely translates to how many over you are in a normal 18 session.
But when you say I give you handicap, that means I'm going to put money on it and I already start 5 ahead of you?
No, you
Or
get
under you
strokes
or
per
something?
different holes. So like the hardest 5 holes of the golf course, you get
An extra?
you get 1 stroke
and
minus
if I
your
hit
score.
that and you hit yours on regular, we're even.
Right.
Word.
Yeah. So like if you're a 25 handicap, I'm a 5 handicap, let's say, you get 20 strokes around the golf course.
What do you think I would be?
What is your handicap? Oh, dude, you're a 60.
Yeah, you're like 50. Yeah, I was gonna say like 50 at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
You're up there.
Yeah.
That means like each hole, I would probably have like 10 shots.
No. There's 18 holes.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
let's do some quick math, right?
Yeah.
How many
18,
times
180.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
your handicap's not 180.
No.
Your handicap's 50.
You can't. Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
can't really
50
hit.
total shots, I'd be the best in the world.
No.
Yeah, but you would be shooting 140, 130.
I don't think I can hit the ball.
Exactly.
I could putt like a motherfucker.
You would just double par
Yeah.
every hole.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Not even get there.
Not even that.
Yeah.
That would be a fun thing. Take like the whole gym and let's all go play
I
golf.
love
But
golf.
you can't compete with us. You can just be with us.
I mean, I'm gonna play.
No, you can play, but you can't be like, oh, I'm beating y'all. Yeah, no duh.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You can't
so
brag.
It's no fun for me. Okay, cool.
Well, you just
Yeah,
it
no,
wouldn't be
fuck
fair.
me. No, it's fine.
Are you good at golf?
I would compare to your like
He
your.
said,
It's hard to say. Like, I mean, I would say compared to like your normal person, I would
Me.
say.
Yes,
Yeah.
You're good
Yeah.
at golf.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not good. Like, I would never go. Put it this way: if someone played golf, I would never say I'm good at golf to
Okay.
that person.
Just in like,
But
when
if it's just someone that's
golfing
like,
people
oh,
are
I've
around,
been
you
golfing a
wouldn't
few
say
times,
it.
but okay, well then yeah, I'll wax you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the best I've ever hit's like 12 over. You know? What I mean?
Wow,
That's the best I've ever hit.
that's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
not like average by no means.
What is an average number for a course?
72.
72 was
70
it?
to 72.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was 60.
No.
No.
So 72. So you hit 84?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You could play in the PGA, dude.
No.
12 over? I've seen some pretty nasty scores on there.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you might be thinking of the negative number that you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
12
no.
over.
No, that's
12
under.
Under.
The minus
means
sign.
So
they're
what's that mean?
So that means they hit 12 shots under par.
72.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
dudes break 60 on the PGA Tour. Yeah.
wow. What is the lowest ever done in history?
Oh, I don't
I
know.
think it's like 57. Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Let me guess. That was like in the
15 under.
'60s or some shit.
I don't think it was that long ago. But it
Did
was
Tiger do it?
no, I know he shot
He's
shot
probably
59
got one.
a couple
Yeah,
times.
he's probably got one of
59?
the top 3 or
Yeah,
something.
I know
I'm sure.
I know he
Man,
shot 59 a
that's
couple times.
wild.
But the thing with PGA Tour courses is they are so much longer. They're so much
Yeah,
more
yeah.
narrow. Like playing a course here versus a
Put
PGA
it this way:
Tour
if
course.
Tiger came and played a course here, he absolutely would shoot under a 60.
Yeah.
Like
word.
with ease.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just because
these
they're
courses
so
are
short
easier.
and the fairways are so wide, and they're made for everybody. They're not
Yeah.
made for PGA
He would
Tour
dominate
players.
like a regular course.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but I thought like since ours are not like the quality of like course or like pro courses, I thought that it would be harder to play because the grass is shittier. No?
I mean, there is some of that.
If you're used to that good grass, I'm sure it obviously
Yeah,
makes a difference.
it'll
But
mess with you.
most people that like play golf at a local course probably aren't to the like.
They're not. To
They don't have the
level.
skills to be like,
Yeah.
oh man,
That grass fucked me
that
up.
yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
check good enough because of that
Yeah.
grass. You know what I mean?
They're
Like
not.
Word.
if you're that good, you're probably not playing around.
Yeah,
here.
you're not playing fucking scenic hills or.
Yeah.
Well, if you were a fucking if you were Dustin and you had to retire from the sport, what do you or Justin?
I thought we were not talking about golf.
I mean, I was getting away from the golf. Talk.
Okay, yeah, go
we
ahead.
can keep going if
No,
you're
new
gonna-
segment.
I'm lost.
New
I
segment.
know nothing else to
New
talk about.
segment.
New segment. Go ahead.
Get him out of here.
Do you think you would even be active anymore, or do you think you'd be kind of done with the sport? Like, would you?
No, I
lift?
think you
Would
have to be.
run.
Bro. Okay, look. You don't knock out Conor McGregor in your career
Yeah.
and then just walk away and never punch anything ever again.
It's
You don't
a true
fucking do
statement.
that. That
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's true.
That's not a
True
thing.
statement.
I mean, it hasn't been done yet.
I think he's gonna do so. I think he's just gonna do so much in like the community, his
Yeah,
community.
he
You
seems
know what
like
I mean?
that type of guy. He's a
Yeah,
family
but I meant
guy.
like
gotta-
you.
give back.
I meant like
me? Yeah,
you.
no, I absolutely. First off, I would be a greedy motherfucker and be like, "Hey, you want to learn how to fight? I knocked out Conor fucking McGregor, so here's my gym."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the picture.
Buy
that
my
would be the
course.
banner
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
front
absolutely. I'd have
Yeah.
OnlyFans, everything.
Yeah, that would be the banner on the front of the gym for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but I feel like I feel like that is true though. If he's in that in that position, you're not going to be able to walk away from the
No,
sport.
you can't.
completely.
I think if
you know?
if you do make such like Robbie, for example, Robbie just retired. I think you maybe not him because he's just so intertwined in that gym, but take a good year vacation off.
Oh yeah,
Go
I'm
do
sure-
some
I'm sure they
wild
do
shit,
that, yeah.
skydive, hike, do whatever you want to fucking do. But like, yeah, give back to the sport. But like, I think I would
time.
want to just travel the world for a good year, 2 years, something like
Yeah.
that. Just
mean,
see
you
some
have the
crazy
money.
I
shit.
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think. Hey, what? Hello. I don't think there's a lack.
Got it.
So what is that? I don't think there's a lack of money. Like Robbie probably doesn't have to pay for much. He probably people in bars are probably like, bro, on the house. You don't pay for shit around here.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about all these like celebrities and stuff is it's like they make so much money and they're not paying for shit.
Dude, that is the.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
The
But
The
I mean,
richer you get, the
let's be
freer
less-
shit gets.
yeah, the
let's
less
be
you have to
real.
pay for
Like if
things.
you like worked in a restaurant and fucking Conor McGregor walked in, you'd be like, "Nah, dude, I got you. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
the
yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it."
Yeah,
Like
100%.
you know what I mean? Like
And
of
in
course
your
you're gonna
head,
do
the
that.
second he sits down, you're like, he's gonna remember me forever.
Yeah.
All this on
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah,
Best
dude.
steak of his life.
Yeah.
Bro, he won't remember it a
Nah.
second later.
Hell
Dude.
no.
Not
dude.
even.
He's probably gonna.
He's
talk
gonna
shit
be like,
about
"Hey,
it.
Caleb, come over here," and you're like,
That's not my name.
"Yeah." He goes, "It doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Here's $100. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up." And
Yeah.
you're like, "All right."
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh man, dude. Yeah, bro. So we're going to ADCC next year.
Yeah.
We gotta get a fucking penthouse, bro.
I'm
A
down.
penthouse, or I think we go Airbnb, bro. Get a
Yeah.
pool,
It'd be sweet.
you know,
Definitely want to find one walking distance. I'd like to be able to walk to it.
like
pretty
to the
easily.
mountains.
No, to the.
God damn it.
The mountains, dude. The mountains are pretty fucking close. They're maybe not like walking distance close,
He's
but
still on this.
we could take
First time
bikes.
seeing mountains.
Yeah, mountains are cool.
We
get
could
it.
check
Alright.
bikes.
We get it. Mountains are cool.
Have you been
I
to
still
mountains?
don't think
Yes.
you understand how far away those
No.
mountains were.
You know what we should do? We should
I
see
know
if
the
there's like a
baseball.
Red
We
Rocks
shouldn't.
stand-up special going
Oh,
on there.
there?
Then yeah, because that's in those mountains.
Because mountains.
Because mountains.
Yeah.
I just literally looked at the map the other day about where Vegas is because I've never actually looked. That is so fucking close to California.
Yeah, it's not far. I mean, it's not. Depends on what you say.
It's way
You can
closer-
drive it. You can drive
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
it's way closer. I mean, just the state of California, not like
yeah.
Not-
Yeah.
LA or
in
anything.
some-
But I'm like, that is actually right there.
Yeah, you never looked at a map before?
I've
Like
never
a-
paid attention to that
like a
side of
country?
America. Never.
Hmm.
I'm only ever over here. What do I need to know about them for?
I mean,
I mean, we've been over there.
I ain't
so
going
it's
over
like
there.
do
Y'all
some
stay
digging,
over there.
I guess, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
it's a little bit of a weird way to approach life, but that's cool.
I don't give a fuck about them. I'm down here.
I mean,
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Staying
Yeah,
in my
that would be
little
a
bubble.
sick. That's gonna be sick, man. I'm stoked about that. I'm fired
there's
up
no
about
like famous houses we can rent.
I mean, I'm
Like
sure
y'all did
there
the
is.
fucking Cobra Kai house in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. We can do some. We got a year to do research, so we can
Shit.
find it.
Yeah. Or rent like a fucking Lambo or something.
that. God damn it.
Let's go crazy. Let's send it a little bit while we're out
Dude,
there, you know?
honestly, I'm trying to work on this shit over here in Biloxi so I can get some kind of room over there for fucking free.
What do you
You
mean?
know what I mean? Like comps over here, playing in Biloxi. Because some of
Oh,
the
to transfer rooms
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
like get shit over there. You know,
This is a weird
Sick.
question because maybe you'll know because you're into casinos and shit. Do casinos ever have houses that you can rent? Or are they only...
you mean like off premises stuff?
Yeah.
I don't really think.
Or is that like...
so.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like for like your top dogs, they probably like, hey, we got you a fucking
But
badass house.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like a lot of it's just like stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you
know,
got like
3-story
penthouses,
penthouses
and
with
yeah.
fucking infinity pools and all that shit. It's like
Yeah.
they want to keep you in the casino,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you spend your money there.
Dude,
know what I
it'd be
mean?
fucking dope that we could rent while we're out there? If we could rent one of the old Tough Houses.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because then you could
Sure
go to
you
the
could.
Tough House and then maybe have access to one of the old Tough gyms.
I don't think it
And
works
roll
like that,
around and do
but
jujitsu and shit.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think
We
that
didn't go
second part
with
would
you
happen.
guys the last time because y'all went to High Rollers, right?
Yeah,
Where was that in
I
orientation
couldn't
to where
tell you.
we were?
I couldn't tell you. It was a 15-minute Uber drive. I don't.
Word.
I have
I
no
think that's
idea.
more towards like downtown Vegas. That's more like Fremont Street over there.
It wasn't.
Or maybe
towards
not.
Like
there.
Old Vegas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it wasn't towards there. It was. I don't know. It was just weird. It was like.
Y'all
not
said it was
really
in like a
near-
warehouse.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a whole bunch of back roads, and then there was this warehouse that had like multiple like garage doors, and it was one of those.
That's cool. Man.
But it was cool.
I also feel like next time we go, we should stay longer. Us for sure. Y'all went probably the appropriate amount of time. Y'all were there what 5, 6, 7 days?
I think 5. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were there what 4?
I
I don't-
think
I don't
remember.
no.
In and
We
out.
were there 2 days. We came
We might have
in
been sick.
the night
Friday
before and left the next
Wait.
afternoon. We came in Friday night, stayed
Think you left
Saturday,
Monday
Sunday,
morning.
and left Monday afternoon.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right. We were Monday.
We were
afternoon.
in airports a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Also,
homie
we are
lost-
not fucking. We are not fucking flying Spirit.
Nah.
That
I don't
that
even.
flight.
want
Well,
that.
we had
We are not
we
doing
had the
that shit
option for
again.
Delta or something. But
Delta's definitely better than Spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I
not
don't-
doing Spirit.
Don't
again.
choose.
But it was like
Spirit.
an
After I
upgrade.
did that. After I did that, when Paige and I went for
Who'd
Olympia,
y'all go with?
Huh?
Who'd y'all go with? Like,
we flew Spirit. But after we got,
oh.
we had so many delays and so many fucking planes weren't there and all kinds of shit. I was just like, dude, I'm not.
Who
doing
did
this
we
shit
go
again.
with? I thought we went
Spirit.
Delta.
No, we went Spirit.
Big yellow one. Can't miss it.
No,
I thought we went Delta, dude. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It
Just don't do
doesn't.
Spirit next time. That's all you
Yeah.
need to know.
maybe it was Delta. What the fuck did I was? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Whatever.
I feel like our team is going to get there in a lot of different ways. Some of us are going to go like fly.
Xavier's gonna show up in a van.
Yeah, he's going to show up via Greyhound or some
Yeah,
shit in
yeah.
a bike.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be some like road dogs like Logan and Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Road dogs. That honestly, I would not hate to do that road trip. Stop 2
I
nights.
would love to go.
2
I've never
nights
gone that
somewhere.
way.
Oh, look at me. I'm not doing it.
It's a long trip. Like, I've done the Pensacola we did the Montana trip, and it was 3 days, and we, slept. We had 3 nights that we stayed throughout, but it would be cool to do.
This is what we should do. Rent a car there. Fly back.
It's pretty expensive though to rent a car and not return it to the same place. It costs more.
Really?
Rent
Yeah.
a car there.
Like, you're having a hard time on that?
Rent a car here.
Like, rent a car
Drive
to
it
drive
there,
there.
drop it off.
And then
here. I thought you said rent a car there, and I was like, fly back. Why
No,
would you
yeah,
rent a car there?
they charge you like a lot more if you don't drop it off at the
Yeah.
same location that you
Word.
rented it from.
Well, we have a year to figure it out. But I feel like
Yeah,
that is
plenty of
cool
time.
because I've never road tripped that way. And I'd love to see some
West?
form of Texas.
You want to see some mountains, huh?
I want to see
Mountains.
some
Big mountain
hills.
guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Big mountain guy over here.
Big
You're gonna need
hills.
to take like 6 extra days off, but y'all can do that.
3 there and 3 back for sure.
Yeah, but fly back.
Okay.
You know, just be done with the trip by then. Because you fly back. Motherfucker loves flying.
I love me a good flight.
Can you sleep on a plane?
Yeah.
Bro, I cannot.
He's the most entertaining person to watch because I know he's upset. It's so funny, dude. He's like trying to get comfortable, like moving all around. He's just like, fuck. He's just
Oh,
pissed.
yeah, I
Because
pass
there's
out
no
on planes.
comfortable spot. They're like, they give you a pillow, but bro, you're negative upright. You're like this the whole ride. And then the pillow is going to make you further.
Dude, that's what
What
you
the
get for
fuck-
being fucking tall, man.
I put my head on the tray.
tray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
what you
get
get for
down
being
to the
tall.
tray. I tried the
like
tray
you need
thing.
to stretch, bro. Goddamn, I don't know. Stretch more.
It's
Stretch
not
more
that
and
compete
be
more.
less
Fuck.
tall, dude.
My back
Compete
doesn't
more.
bend like that.
Compete more.
I don't know. Are they giving prizes or like things for? I'm just
What?
look. No, I'm trying to figure this out. Like ADC,
They hand out peanuts. Oh.
Absolute Opens. Are they giving them any sort of like invite to like compete at the trials for
I
free?
don't know. I don't
or some
know how
shit?
that works, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering the tie-in there. of
Yeah, I
how
don't
that
know.
whole
I'm
thing
sure.
worked.
I
It'd
mean,
be sick if that
I
could
would
be like,
imagine if
win a
you-
couple absolutes and maybe
yeah,
you
I mean,
get
I
your
would
name on a
imagine if
list.
you like rip through 3 absolutes, they're kind of forced to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but
Yeah, it's been. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's been real quiet. The dudes from what did they call them? The boys from Mouse, like Fabricio, Andre, Baby Shark.
oh
and,
yeah, well, because they all got busted on roids.
Yeah,
So
Oh, word!
yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Did you
did
see
not
Isaac
see
is now
that.
at New Wave?
Well, he's competing on their quintet. I don't know. Is he there?
I don't know, but
Where was he at after B team?
he went to out of the country somewhere, didn't
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah.
He was all over.
I thought
He was at what is Tackett's gym called?
he? Checkmate. He was a checkmate, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think they're we'll just go with that. So he was there. He trained with them for a little bit, and then I saw him in like Australia and New Zealand and
I thought he went to
Thailand.
like some
Oh, I did see
random,
that.
you know what I mean? Like some place you wouldn't
Yeah.
expect him to go, but I don't know. Could be wrong.
That is weird. I did see the post where he's like gonna be in the quintet, and people were like, "Dude, what the fuck? That's exactly the opposite of where you're coming from."
Yeah.
But he responded to them and said, "I'm just helping them out." Seems like a lot of help.
Yeah.
Do they
Seems more
need your
than a
help though? I'm sure
gist.
they got people on that team.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like more than a gist to me, but you know.
I don't know how the inner workings of a gym with like that kind of influence and clout goes. Like, are people getting paid? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously I know coaches get paid, but J-Rod's
You
not a
mean-
coach.
Yeah. You mean?
I mean,
the-
maybe they coach some, but like Isaac said he left because the money wasn't right.
Yeah.
So he's getting paid. Because you're running like day classes, or are you getting
Yeah.
paid to be an
I
athlete?
think
there?
I think he wanted to be part of like the owners of the gym or the people running the gym and make like a percentage is what he wanted because he felt like he built his name up enough
Yeah.
to do so. And
I mean, he's absolutely savage.
yeah, he's gonna
that
be
Wagner
problem.
match.
He
was
beat the shit. He beat
crazy.
He beat Wagner.
Yeah, that
was bullshit.
wild that it went that way.
Yeah.
That had to be the most painful upset of the
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
Just because everybody was just like,
Everyone knew it was
What?
fucked. Yeah, everyone knew.
But for I don't know, for you to go to New Wave and compete with them and that be your next thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not just I just hopped in. That's
Yeah.
not one of those.
Yeah. It seems like there's definitely something going on.
Seems
there.
like a little
Yeah.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
there was a twist involved
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
Like, do we even have a rival in 10th Planet? Like, 10th Planet's rival Big Jim. What would that be?
I mean, I think everybody just hates 10th Planet, to be
Yeah, so,
honest.
like, we are the hated versus the
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But that'd be like one of us jumping to, like, Gracie Baja or something and then competing in a quintet against us.
Yeah, I
What?
think 10th Planet guys would just laugh at you if you did that. But yeah, you know. Yeah.
What's up, nerd?
yeah.
Some nerd.
Yeah. How's it over there in the pajamas?
Yeah. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah, but I don't even know if that grasps the drama
No,
between
definitely
that.
not,
You know what I
no.
mean? That doesn't even. Just
Yeah.
with everything that's.
You see Gordon coming out and saying that some of the people from his ex team talked to him about steroid use, like how to use steroids. Like, I think
talking about the Jersey people? Or where? Where?
I don't know. It could have been Jersey, could have been. I was about to say Peru. It's not Peru. It's Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Peru Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
But I think he's talking about like Ethan and them, Ethan and Damien and all them.
I
It's
mean,
like,
I'm sure they've
who
all done it
else?
at some point. Every single one of them.
I don't.
Ethan,
I
I
don't
can
know.
see.
Ethan for
Ethan,
sure.
I
Craig
can-
Jones for sure.
I mean,
He looks like an action figure.
God damn.
Yeah, he's
That's insane.
yeah.
I
to me, Derek looks like a real athlete. Like, that's a realistic body with jiu-jitsu.
Derek who?
Your brother.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, I love him, but like that would be like what you consider an athlete's body.
I didn't say athlete. I said a realistic jiu-jitsu body.
Jiu-jitsu body?
Like, if you're,
I'm pretty
like,
sure
if
you
you're,
said athlete. I'll have to listen to it back, but
yeah.
it's alright.
Anyway,
I mean,
calm
yeah.
down, it's
what I'm
I
saying
like
is, like,
I don't think there is a jiu-jitsu body.
but I'm saying he doesn't look like he's ripped off his fucking head, but he does still have a good body. He has abs, he has arms. Like,
that's my
Ethan
brother.
looks
He's a
like
little
he's
gay.
fucking cranked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But also, like, fucking, you know, Cam and Eric and Nikki
Alright.
and
Yeah,
all
but-
those guys. Fucking,
Yeah, but they signed a deal with the fucking Norse god. Okay, so
It's also true.
they go talk to God when they wake
Yeah.
up and look directly into the sun.
Yeah.
with their buttholes.
Yeah,
They're one eye open.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
With one eye open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain that. Oh, he competed Saturday, didn't he?
Yep, he won the absolute.
That's dope.
Him and Chasen were in the finals together. He beat Chasen by
Chase
1
is
point.
big general.
Yep.
Okay.
He beat Chasen by 1 point.
Word.
Yeah. I think it was 1 point. Yeah, it was 1 point. Might have been 2. I don't know. But yeah.
See, that's how you know you're in a good team. Like, your boys are in the final,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they're not closing out.
Yeah.
That always was suspicious and weird to me when people close out and they're like, "You'll get it this time."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you guys are competing a lot, but you don't want to compete against each other.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Is it? I always wondered, because when I was reffing, I always wondered if one guy always got the better of the other, and that guy would get butthurt. So they were like, "Yo, y'all split them even." So one guy doesn't feel like he's just getting left behind
That
and leaves
sounds
the
like
gym.
some
Yeah, but that
shit.
sounds bullshit.
Hey.
Though, because you're never gonna learn anything if you're just.
And I just
I'm not
think you're a
saying I
bitch.
agreed with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I witnessed it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
witnessed it.
So tell us about some other bitch shit. Like what as us beta males. What are us beta males doing wrong in our lives? There's some absolute beta energy in this household.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys got going on.
Well, tell us how to be an alpha is what I'm asking.
I don't know. Look at me.
I mean,
bro.
look at you. You
He
came
said
in belted
fucking-
up, just fucking swagged out,
See how
dripping.
See how wide his legs are right now?
I know.
Alpha's fucked, dude.
Dude, I was okay.
No fucks, bro.
Yeah.
He don't have underwear on under
No.
there either.
No,
Just
I
dick's
saw a
just
wink at it.
out, bro.
Yeah.
No fucks.
So how, obviously you have observed us for, I don't know, a good year and a half now. I think we've been a year-ish. Why are we so weak? Why are we not it?
This is weird. I don't know. This is weird.
Well, you're a large
This
man.
is weird.
I'm a big guy, but That's just hard work and dedication, you know what I mean? I mean, for one, you don't compete. That definitely makes you a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah. So, let's work on that one, and then we can figure out the rest.
Okay.
We'll just go one at a time, you know what I mean?
Well, okay, so what's his?
He also didn't compete, so...
Yeah, but he doesn't do the sport anymore.
I mean, he was there this morning. Where were you, actually?
You were there this morning?
Where were you at?
I was at work.
You guys both coming tonight after this? Oh, no, y'all probably got
was
some
gonna
shit
do-
to do, huh?
I was gonna do cardio tonight.
Y'all got some shit to do, don't you?
Yeah.
I do
living
have
room's
some
calling.
shit to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was wondering why you
living
wanted to do
room's
this
calling
podcast
your
so
name,
early.
huh?
Well, he could do it early. You're always the one that I have to schedule
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
Typically,
yeah.
I can get the guests to do like,
Yeah.
but I say 6 because I figure like all realty shit is roughly closing. Right?
Nope.
Well, that's some
Okay.
bitch shit.
Nope.
Not going to class after the podcast. That's some bitch shit.
Dude, we're still going to be
Yikes.
recording time. When's class?
7.
tonight? That's true.
Damn.
Fuck.
Damn, why you think I was so pumped to start early?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Damn, that's crazy.
What you got? Anything else?
Hey guys, you want to wrap it now so we can get there early?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah.
Damn,
So
so,
that's-
you can't train tonight,
That's
huh?
some bitch shit. So, yeah, there you go.
I don't know if you're aware of our situation, of what's going on between me and him.
Are y'all gay?
I mean, other than that,
The weight loss thing?
yes,
Yeah. they
Yeah, so
know.
both you motherfuckers
Yeah,
should
they
be
know.
in there.
Yeah, they know.
yes, but I need more rolling. Then tell him all rolling tonight. Then
You know how you asked me, like, what's some bitch shit? Everything that you've done since you asked me that question is some bitch shit.
all right, dude. All right, dude. I'm just trying to be on your level. Is it? That's it. That's it. And that's it. And that's it.
That's it.
And that's it. You know.
God.
I ain't trying to be bitch. I'm trying to be better than bitch. Whatever the next
All right, I'll
bitch
see you
up
at class
thing
then.
is.
I'll see you tonight after this then.
All right, bro.
Pull up,
All
dog.
right, bro.
Pull up.
How's TikTok been
Playboy?
treating you?
TikTok's been rough, man. TikTok, yeah. I haven't really.
Couldn't be
posted-
how you're treating us betas, huh?
No, yeah, I haven't really posted in a while. It kind of happened because, like, Andrew Tate is the whole, it kind of started it all, surprisingly enough. So, a lot of people don't like Andrew Tate. I like Andrew Tate. Some people are going to hate that. But
He almost didn't say that. He goes,
No. I try to figure out how to
Don't know
word
how to
stuff
go
because I know
about
people immediately are going to hear that and be like, oh, he hates women. He's a piece of shit. But, no, I like Andrew Tate. I think if you're, like, competent enough to actually listen to the shit he says and, like, differentiate, like, the stuff that he's obviously, like, trying to make clickbait and the stuff that he's actually trying to push out, I think it's a good positive for people. So, at the time when Andrew Tate was first popping off on TikTok, I had only seen I'd seen his stuff, but I didn't really watch it or listen to it too much, but I'd heard, like, a few of them and stuff like that. And then a buddy of mine that I've been friends with for a long time, he's like, bro, have you seen this Andrew Tate guy? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, he's fucking everywhere. You know what I mean?
he's pretty awesome. And your friend's like,
Well, it's so at the time I hadn't really listened to much, but I was
Yeah.
very interested in, like, how hard he blew up. That's what kind of got my attention. Like, I didn't even really digest much content yet, but I was like, he knows what he's doing.
Well, for a couple, like a month and a
Yeah.
half, every single
Everywhere.
short or TikTok
Yeah.
you saw was
Yeah.
Andrew Tate.
And so that's
Yeah.
what interested me in the beginning. I was like, bro, this guy,
Yeah.
he figured something out.
Yeah.
Like, he went from hardly anyone knowing who he was to literally everyone knowing who he is. And my buddy called me. He was like, bro, have you seen this dude's videos? He's like, you need to watch, like, his long form stuff, like his interviews and his podcast, because, and this is where people are going to get pissy, but he was like, this dude says the shit you've been saying to me forever. Because, like, I've always been hard on this dude. He's, I don't want to say, like, emotional, but he's a little bit more of an emotional guy.
you can say it was me. That's fine.
No. No. So I've always kind of been hard on
He's
him.
talking
like,
right at me.
Yeah.
for years, like, because me and him lived together years ago, 6-7 years ago, and I was always like, not an asshole, but I was just like, yo, I don't give a shit, like, this needs to be done, it doesn't matter why you're not feeling like doing it, whatever, it needs to be done, period, whatever, and so on, like, so all that stuff. He was like, dude, he's been saying the shit that you've been saying to me and our group of friends, but you've just never, like, actually said it out loud for everyone else to see, because obviously people get butthurt, especially now. So when he said that, I was like, shit, all right, let me actually go listen to some long form stuff. So I did, and I was like, dude, this dude's on, like, for a lot of the stuff he says. And I honestly loved seeing how he was triggering people, because it totally made sense, like, why people hated him. But I was like, he's doing that because if he didn't say that one sentence that pissed people off, then no one would know who he is. Because if he approached it in like, hey guys, women are great and men are great, but like sometimes men need to do a little more, like, no one would give a shit about that.
You're right.
Yeah.
But there's stuff that he says that like gets your attention. You're like, what the fuck? Did he just say that? And then if you stay long enough for him to break it down, you're like, okay, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, one that he did, he started it out, and this is genius. People get pissed, but he was like, in a relationship, the man is better than the woman. That's how he started it. And immediately, people are like, what the fuck did you just say? Problem is, most people, especially women, after hearing that, immediately get emotional. They don't really give a fuck what comes after that. So they just hate him for that. But when he breaks it down, you're like, damn, that actually makes sense. I understand what he's saying. And so what he broke down after that was like, as a woman, you should want a man that's better than you. You should want a man that's stronger than you, that makes more money than you, that has experience more in life than you, that's smarter than you, that, you know, whatever. Like, you should want a man that is better than you in every facet. Like, that should be your goal as a woman, to obtain someone better than you.
Right.
So, like, that literally is saying that he is better than you. Like, you don't want to hear it because it sucks to be like, oh, the man's better than the woman. Sounds shitty, but literally, by definition, you picked someone that is better than you at everything in life so that that person can make you better.
Yeah.
And you should. Like, as a woman, you should want a guy that's better than you. You shouldn't want some fucking bum. You know, if you're better than your man, then you probably got a problem. You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Everyone I've met has been better than me.
Oof.
Thanks.
But yeah, so that's why I got into it, man, because
over here.
I really liked. It was really cool to see. It was interesting to see how people would just immediately react to the things he was saying, and I'm like, you're not listening to him at all, and you're not like actually using your brain to like break this down and be like, what is he actually trying to say?
At face value versus actually.
And it's crazy. So, and funny enough, I'm actually working on a YouTube video now because I don't know if you've been seeing, but on Facebook I've been doing like question of the day, and I've been making like questions that I know people don't want to answer. You know what I mean?
What is one of those?
So one of the recent ones was agree or disagree. A man typically cares more about a woman's past, and a woman typically cares more about a man's future. So it's one of those questions that, like, as much as people don't want to admit it, you know, it's there. And I never say my opinion on it because that's when people start getting pissy. But I like to do both sides. That way, like, you can't disagree with one without feeling like it doesn't make sense to agree with the other. You know what I mean? So I've been doing a lot of those. But recently, I got in this argument with this girl about Andrew Tate, about how awful he was and all this, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, he hates women, all this. So I started making a YouTube video, and I've gone through 100 hours of interview of Andrew Tate. And every sentence that he said the word woman, I took it out. I took out that sentence, right? And I think it's like, out of the 100 hours, I think it was like 264 times he said the word woman, right? And out of those 264 times he said that word, it was like something like, it was over 70% of the time he said women are the most beautiful creatures on earth and they should be cared and provided for. So I'm like, okay, so like, you can say he hates women, but if 76% of the time he says the word woman, he's talking about how rare and beautiful and perfect and how you should be cared for.
Yeah.
Like, is he really that bad?
Yeah.
See, now I don't follow him close enough to like really know the ins and outs of like what he's talking about.
And that's the irritating part, is a lot of people don't. And I've obviously listened to him a lot. So whenever people try to say this, like, oh, well, he does this, I'm like, that's not true. What you're saying is not true. Like, you just think it's true.
Yeah, it's that Joe Rogan effect. It's like, some people will hate you just because you've listened to Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Well, and at the end of the day, too,
it makes it seem like you think you know more than they do.
Well, and at the end of the day, too, the weirdest part for me is, because this chick straight up, her comment to me was like, there's no way you can take any sort of inspiration or advice from this dude. I'm like, first off, who are you to tell me that I can't take. Like we take advice from or inspiration from like Lizzo and Cardi B now. Like you think that's better than a dude who's sitting here saying, "Hey, time to be fucking men, time to step up, like be in the position you're supposed to be, take care of your girl, don't deal with any bullshit." Have like, what was the whole thing with Jonah Hill? Like did you see all that?
I saw that, but I never dived into it.
Yeah, so
he was like controlling or something, but then it turned out it was fake.
No, it was real, like the messages he sent, but it was him. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the word. His boundaries. So like that's another thing that he pushes. So I'm like, people just don't like the fact that he's now talking from a man's perspective. Because like, let's be real, men have been talked about by women for a long time about how we're a piece of shit. Men ain't shit. We don't need no man. That's been talked about forever.
Don't need no scrub.
But no one's ever came out from the other perspective, right? No one's, and that's why I was like, oh shit, this dude's doing something different. This dude's not giving a fuck. He's telling people how it is, and he's saying, hey, set your boundaries as a man. If the chick doesn't want to do it, then fucking leave her and find someone who will. Like, chicks can't expect you to be traditional, take care of them, be polite, hold doors for them, pay for them, do all this stuff, but then walk around acting like little hoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and people want to get...
This is such a touchy subject, but it is a very good point.
It's 100% a good point. They do. But here's the thing. People will get mad at that sentence I just said.
Yeah.
You want me to protect and provide for you. You want me to be the man. I'm supposed to take out the trash. If there's a leak in the roof, I'm supposed to fix it. If your car's messed up, I'm supposed to fix it. But if I say, hey, I expect dinner when I get home, that's fucked up.
That is so spot on.
And it's crazy, right?
If you said that, you would get drugged, dude.
Yeah. Oh, for sure you would. And that's what I've been doing lately, which is why the TikTok stuff's not so well. So, yeah. But
to sum it up, that's why TikTok's bad.
So, but like honestly, man, I've enjoyed it so much more because I feel like I'm actually putting stuff out that makes sense and makes people like think.
Yeah.
Cuz like a lot of times the stuff I put out, people will start to try to like say that I'm wrong, but then I'm like, okay, well, here's the other side of it and why you should do this. And they're like, well, fuck, I can't say he's wrong if he's saying this.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I just think I don't know. We're in a weird time, man.
It is tough because
Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to step on your thing.
I was saying, but this stuff to you is the important part, and that's
I think
why
it's very
you're okay
important.
with it. Kind of not the TikTok stuff being a little bit
falling
off.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm actually, for the first time, I feel like I'm actually putting stuff out that's like beneficial. You know what I mean? Like I mean, obviously there's other people out that are saying the same things, but I do think that like we're pussies now, man. Men are pussies right now. Like we like the stuff that I see blows my mind. Like I like the way I see like chicks treat their dudes and stuff is like crazy. Or like I even saw a dude with a shirt the other day that literally said, "Let me ask my wife," and it's like, what are we at?
But I hate the attacking on me. Like, you're attacking me a lot on this podcast today.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude.
The shoe fits. No,
Where do you think people fall off? Like, or misunderstand, and they're like, maybe they could get on board with what he's saying, or the points of, like, his conversation.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing. Everyone's like, well, he could say it better. You're right. He absolutely could.
But he wouldn't blow up.
Approach it better.
Yeah,
he could say it to where a woman could, like, actually relate to it and be like, okay, I do understand what he's saying. But you wouldn't know who the fuck he is. The reason you know who he is because he starts his video out close to the mic going, men are better than women in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's the reason you know who he is.
Yeah.
If he was just like, so, I mean, sometimes women can be... No, that's not what's going to get, you know...
Men are better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That was kind of off.
What even is his accent?
He's American and English, like British.
Really?
Yeah.
Or something.
But he lives in Romania.
I thought he was like
Croatian
or some shit.
He lives in Romania, which he's been all over. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've dove in pretty hard to it lately. But just because I genuinely think that like especially if people listen to the things that I've listened to, I think it can be super helpful.
I want to also say some stuff that is like along those lines. Like,
go ahead.
One thing that I couldn't agree more with, that people, for whatever reason, I don't know, not everybody can be the person in everything. Like, we can't all be, and I hate to use the alpha beta thing, but like, you guys in a relationship both can't be the breadwinner. You both
No.
can make good money, but somebody's going to be doing more than the other.
Yeah.
And all time. Even, like, so say the girl were to be doing more. Slowly over time, that'll cause resentment.
I was just about to say, and
Yeah.
this is where people disagree with me, and they have in the past.
What is their argument to that? What is the disagreement to that?
So mine's a little different than that. And like whatever people can disagree. I think if the woman's the breadwinner, I think that causes a lot more issues than if the man's the breadwinner. Because I think as a man, it's historically been your job to be the breadwinner, be the provider.
Yeah.
And if the woman, and I'll break it down because it's going to sound shitty, but I think if the woman is the breadwinner, that inflates her confidence and ends up she's going to leave you. Because now she thinks she's better than you.
And she doesn't need you for.
She doesn't need you because what are you doing now?
Yeah.
Right? She doesn't need you. So now she's going to obviously get the idea of the grass is greener on the other side. Now look, I'm not saying that it's impossible for it to work out where the chick is the breadwinner. I'm not saying it's impossible. I think it's less likely for it to work out if the woman makes more than the man compared to the man making more than a woman.
I will tell you this. I've never been with a girl that's made less than me. So I know that there is or I've been told there's like a wage gap. I've literally never seen it.
So the wage gap is a myth. And again, people are going to get pissed on that, but the wage gap is absolutely a myth.
I'm not saying it's a myth or it's true or if it's false or whatever, but I'm saying everybody I've ever been in a long-term relationship with has always made a lot more than I have.
Yeah. Well,
and they don't even want the money. And I'm wanting the money.
and where are they now? All those people.
Successful.
No, like, you're not with them
As far
anymore.
as in your life, where are
They're
they?
not, right?
They're not.
I mean, some of them know. But yeah,
But, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
So yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
so, yeah.
How do we not be beta as much? Help us.
I don't know. I mean,
And I'm talking about me. When I say us, I mean me. Help me not be beta.
I mean, I don't know. I think the whole Jonah Hill situation was huge. I think that was a big thing. I hope a lot of men looked at that and were like, this, because he set boundaries and she wasn't about it, said he was crazy or whatever, said he was controlling. But I think that needs to happen. I think men need to have boundaries.
I mean, everybody needs to have like a standard. Hey, this is what I want out of
Right.
a relationship. If
Well,
you can't
and-
do that, let's move on.
yeah,
I should be.
you know, and you know, standards as well. It's but that here's the thing: men's standards and boundaries are like ridiculed. Like you can't go if you were to tell a group of girls. Let's say we had 10 girls here.
Especially no.
If you were to tell a group of 10 girls, hey, I like brunettes that are skinny. And that's it. Let's just say that's the two things you put. They're going to talk shit about you. They're going to be like, what do you mean they have to be skinny?
sure.
What do you... But yeah, it's totally normal for a chick to be like, oh, my man has to make at least $100K a year.
Has to be
He has
athletic.
to be,
Has to be
6
6
foot
foot,
tall.
yeah.
He has to be in shape. He has to go to the gym. He has to have at least graduated college. Like, that's totally normal. But yet, if a guy does it, you're like shamed for it. Especially if you say you like younger
Yes.
women. Like, if you were to say, all right, I would prefer a girl 20 to 24. They're going to be like, oh, that's creepy. You're weird. But it's totally normal for you to want a guy that makes 6 figures. You don't care if he's 50 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why does that exist like that?
Why does it exist like that?
Like, why does that exist like that? Why is it allowed? Like, there's double standards, of course, exist forever. Like, a guy can fuck a lot of chicks, but a girl who fucks a lot of dudes is a slut. But, like, the whole fucking...
It's a simple answer. Men and women are different.
It is true.
Men and women are different.
They
That's literally all
I
it
mean,
is.
Yeah.
Men and women are different. Since the beginning of time, it's always been frowned upon for women to fuck a lot of dudes.
And I think when
Always.
you say that, like, men and women are different, it comes across like men are better than women or women are better than men. I don't think one is better than the other.
Men are better than women at certain things, and women are better than men
There
at
you
certain
go.
things.
But I feel like people only want to hear, yo, you're saying we suck.
Right. Well, here's the thing. So, everyone would be totally normal if I said I would prefer not to drop. If I had a daughter, I would prefer not to drop her off at a daycare with 5 men that ran it. I would prefer to drop her off with a daycare with 5 women, right? That's what I would prefer. But if I were to turn it around and let's say, and this is one that people got pissed about as well, but if I were to say, okay, if I'm getting on an airplane and there's a 50% chance that it's going to go down, let's say we're going through a hurricane, got to trust this, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, which pilot do you want, the man or the woman? I'm going to pick the man. That doesn't make me sexist. That doesn't make me misogynist. That just I think a man would do better in that situation. Women are typically more emotional than men, typically panic a lot quicker than men, typically handle pressure better than men or better than women. That's the
You
type
not
of
seeing them at all and just knowing gender is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You would pick the man over
Yeah.
the woman. Yeah. I think I'd have to see that. Let me have a conversation with him. Because I've seen some really fucking
Let me
tough
talk to him.
women.
No, I mean, and that here's the thing. I'm not saying that the
You're
minority
100%
doesn't
Yes,
exist.
no, I get it.
I'm
I
not
get it.
saying that it doesn't exist.
I'm trying to say other people's point of view for them
Yeah,
since they
well,
can't
and
talk.
that's usually what it's going to be. Is people are like,
Yeah.
well, that's not true because I know this. Okay, well, how long have men dominated
Yeah.
the pilot industry? Okay,
Yeah.
first off, let's go off experience alone. You know what I mean? And again, I do think men handle imagine a plane going down. Most chicks are going to be freaking out, hands off the wheel, shit.
Yeah.
Men aren't, dude. If you got an old 6-year-old dude that's been doing this for 30 years,
Yeah.
he's gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that sucks. That's the thing. That sucks to hear, but you can't reply emotionally to that. You have to genuinely be like, "Damn, is that true?"
You can also put up statistics like, yes, there are less women flying, but like men have crashed more planes. Period. Because we've been flying them more.
Because there's more men.
Yeah,
flying
there's
them.
there is this. I don't know if you guys watched The Daily Show.
No, I mean I know what it is, but
Okay, so like I haven't watched it since Jon Stewart left, right? When that happened, a whole change of everybody happened. But they used to do these segments where it was like man on the street. Well, one of the dudes now, I can't remember his last name, but I think his first name is Jordan, white guy. He interviews people at like rallies and stuff, just like basically going like either for their point or against their point, but he makes it's funny as fuck. Well, he's like, a woman cannot be a president. And he would go talk to these people, and he got to this one lady, and the lady was like, yeah, absolutely, a woman cannot be a president.
oh, I've seen this. Yeah.
See, and they talk about, like, she made a point that women could not handle being in charge of everything because they would create wars. And he goes, well, all the wars have been started by men.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I mean,
Like, that's kind of funny. Like, we literally, even if women have started wars ever,
yeah.
we've started the most important wars. World War One, World War
Well, that's the thing.
II.
That's the type of stuff that pisses people off, though.
Yeah.
Is like when they're like, "Oh, you're saying a woman can't be president." I don't think he's necessarily saying it's
Absolutely
impossible for a
can.
woman to be able to handle
Right,
that role.
right.
But he's saying statistically, there's
I actually
it's
think he
more
just
likely.
asked.
Yeah.
I
It's
think he
more
just
likely
asked,
to
"Do you think a
not
woman
handle
could be a
situations
president?"
better. I mean, dude, my girl admits all the time when she's on her period. Oh, I was just acting stupid because of my period.
Hey, also,
Is
what's
that-
up with periods? You
Is
know
that
what I'm saying?
something
Like,
that you want?
How
You know?
come?
Shit's
How
wild,
come?
dude.
How come you can be like, say, someone loves you? How come? Some of the time it can be like, I love you 60, 70%, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when that thing happens, that drops to negatives.
Right? Is that somebody you want running the country?
I mean, I want to be.
I'm not saying
I'm
it's not.
talking less
I
than
want
the
to be
country.
loved, dog.
Yeah, I just want love, dude. To be honest.
I mean, and again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's not a minority of women that like are.
do you think somebody that would have made it to be a president woman would have a period anymore? Don't they stop having periods?
They've
don't
got to
know
be
how
what,
that
40
I
something
think
to
it's
be a president?
mid-40s,
Yeah.
45?
mid-40s.
When do you stop having periods?
You can have them till your late 40s, I think, till you go into menopause. It's like
There you go.
50s
So I don't even
normally.
think they'll still have them. So they're probably pretty even killed.
Potentially.
Hillary Clinton probably doesn't even. There's probably no blood flow. You know.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I
disgusting
think
to
there's
think
definitely.
about.
women-
I mean, there's no heartbeat down there.
Well, I think yeah.
I think that thing's gone.
Yeah, I don't think that exists
That's
anymore.
retired, dude.
Yeah, I
That
don't
thing
think
got its jersey in the rafters,
Yeah, for
bro.
real, dog. That shit in a
Arkansas
glass
Bill
case.
Clinton put that thing out.
Yeah, that shit's in
You
a
know?
glass case, dog.
But yeah, that's why people get pissed off. Is the whole generalizing thing, which is weird too because I'll have people that are like fairly close to me kind of question me about it, and I'm like, look, if I'm associating myself with you, that means you're not one of these type of women that I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're a chick and you're around me, then that means you're not one of the type of chicks that I'm talking about.
Right.
Now, is there something that he has said or like a point he stands on that you're like, yeah, that's a little far? Or is it like just a general
I wouldn't say there's
overview?
a point that he said, but there's definitely sentences that he said. But again, I know what he's doing. I know
Yeah.
I know his game. You know what I mean? Like I know what he's saying. I guess the thing that I would disagree with the most, or not, I don't want to say disagree, but I guess it's immoral, is he made his first million off of like webcam girls, like, you know.
Oh, word?
So like,
I didn't know how he was famous.
So I could see people being like, well, how is he this perfect guy that's putting out all this inspirational stuff if he exploited women off of this? Which that's like a thing that I get all the time, and I'm like, okay, well, first off, let's remember these chicks definitely had a choice. All right, like I promise you,
he was a manager or something.
Yeah, so he moved them all into a giant house in Romania, paid them all $5,000 a week. They lived in his house for free, and he took a percentage from them. So
like
again,
pretty good live.
Yeah, right? So it's not a.
I'd do it.
I was about to say.
What's up?
Sign me up.
But that's another thing that people get mad about, because I'm like, we have to give some accountability to the women. Like, surely they have to take some sort of accountability that, you know what I mean? They agreed to.
And people do that shit all the time now.
They moved into a mansion to make $5,000 a week. Like, I don't think they were that unhappy. And if we're gonna talk about people like this, let's talk about Hugh Hefner. If we're gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
bro,
if you're gonna tell me Andrew Tate's this terrible person, this piece of shit, let's talk about Hugh Hefner. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I have so many things. Like, I'll show you guys. Like, I have so many things that, like, if you were to watch it, you'd be like, damn, this dude makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I've seen some of his stuff where he talks to, like, current event type points, like the whole Adam 22, Lennon the Plug, like, talking about shit like that, and, like, he makes really good points on a lot of the things I've heard him say. But people
hate him.
People hate him. There's people that are close to me that are like, if you even...
Fuck that guy.
Oh, I see it all the time on Facebook. If he listens to Andrew Tate, red flag, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why? Because he's actually going to be a fucking man and not be like these simps rolling around that are just letting you do whatever, letting you have your OnlyFans, let you post your ass on Instagram, letting you do all this. Like, let's... God forbid you be with a dude that wants you to, like, respect yourself and, like, show that he has something special. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's what it is, because we got in this movement of like, oh, I can do whatever the hell I want, it doesn't matter. But men still need to be traditional and be men. Yeah. But I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, and that needs to be okay. Yeah. And the math doesn't work there. You know what I mean?
Math ain't mathin'.
Nah.
It's tough. Like I was saying earlier, like, not everybody can be like the number one thing in the relationship. So like, if you are out there doing whatever you're doing that wouldn't normally fit in, like, obviously I think everything in life can adjust and evolve and change, but it's like, it's got to be within reason. It can't be like the Adam 22 thing. Do you know what's going on with that? Yeah. Like, Adam 22, he has a Plug Talk podcast with his girl. Him and his girl have a porn star on. They have a podcast, and they fuck her afterwards.
They do threesomes with a female.
Yeah.
And they got married.
They have somebody on, and then that girl will get fucked by a porn star.
Yeah. But so then they got married, and right after they got married, he let her do her first porn with
a guy. She
right
was
after they got married
and had a baby.
Not literally right after. They had been married for
like
a
year,
bit.
I guess.
Yeah.
But soon after, married and a baby, and then
But her prior was being a cam girl, so she was, I guess you could say, a porn star. I guess, but she only ever fucked him on camera, as far as a guy goes, or plastic or whatever, you know. And then she let, or he, I don't know who, whatever, she did, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, people who don't like if you say let.
But can't let a woman this dude, Jason Love. Got a hammer on him, you know? Okay. Someone called Sledgehammer. Yeah. Whatever, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I think that dude's a fucking weirdo, and
but now Adam is, like, blowing it up.
Yeah.
Like, he's feeding into it.
Here's the thing.
I had to let her pussy...
He's feeding into it because it's money.
He's feeding into it because it's money. But there's no way, I don't care who you are, any man, there's no way that doesn't fuck you up.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
There's no way.
100%. Could you, for any amount of money, let...
No. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Nah.
Now, would it change if you knew he had a very small dick?
Honestly, no. To me, that's like, I don't know, man. That whole thing is...
And that right there. And
I know that I can't do that.
How we were just saying men and women are different, that proves it.
Yeah, because for sure.
God, and that's...
Because she was having hundreds of threesomes with another girl. Well, with other girls, whatever.
And because I've had to talk so many times about, like, body count with people, and it's like, well, it just doesn't make sense. How come a guy can but a girl can't? I'm like, it's so different.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you don't want to think it's different, but it's absolutely different.
Very different. Also, if you're trying to fuck a girl that has a body count and she refers to it like that, probably not.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Yeah.
How many people have you slept with is really how we should be talking about it if you're talking about it. But if you're saying body count, you fucking murdering people out here?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's weird. It freaks me out. It freaks me out whenever I have the girls that are like, "Oh, your past shouldn't matter. It shouldn't mean anything." And I'm like, "All right, so I go on a date with you, and I tell you I cheated on my last 4 girlfriends, but I changed now.
Yeah.
We're good, right? I'm not the same person anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't
Tate right here, dude.
like it
That's
doesn't.
a good point.
It doesn't make sense, and it just I don't know. Like the way, and they'll never understand it, but the way a man sees sex is completely different than a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I asked a couple of guys the other day, I was like, let's imagine you're at your wedding, right? And you're chilling with your boys. Your boys come up to you with a video of your girl in an orgy getting banged by like 8 dudes. Before y'all were married or before y'all were dating. So it's like 8 years old, but it's a video. It's on the internet and you see it.
Ruined.
90%, I think 90% of people are calling off that wedding the next day. They're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Nah.
Like, what the fuck is
Now let's
what's
turn
up
that
with
around.
this?
If she's with her girls and they're like, hey, look, and she comes to you and you're like, oh, look, that was before we were together. Most chicks aren't going to give a shit about that. They're going to be like, oh, it's in the past, whatever.
See, I don't know.
That's the difference, though. Guys don't have the patience for that. They're going to be like, hell no.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well,
it's your power.
Well, it depends though. But it depends though, because now some men would be like, "Oh, that's okay." You know what I mean?
Yeah, now they would.
Yeah.
Now, absolutely. But that's
Right.
that's the problem. I think
Is
that's
they
the problem.
don't want to accept
That's
the
the
fact
problem,
that they're not
is-
okay with it.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, well,
I see what you mean.
We allow too much.
Right.
We allow way too much.
Right.
I think, and because we just let it happen. And I think again, there needs to be expectations, and it needs to like. It's crazy to me that a chick can say, "Oh, it shouldn't matter how many people I've been with before you." It absolutely should. Like that's you abusing essentially your power. Like your power. You have the power of sex. Women have the power of sex, right? So like
They control.
women have the power of sex. At the end of the day, the woman decides who has sex. As much as you're like, oh no, well the guy also has to. Well, yeah, a guy's gonna have sex with anybody at the club that night. You, the one that did it, she was the one who had the power to decide whether or not it happened.
Yeah.
And on the converse of that, this is why it's different. When I would say men have the power of marriage, right? Like as far as like actually deciding, are we getting married? That at the end comes down to the man. He's the one that has to be like, all right, yeah, we'll do it. So,
All right.
He's totally into the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it.
so that being said, if my power as a man is marriage and your power as a woman is the sex, then how would you feel if you came to me and I'm like, hey, I've had 6 divorces, but we're gonna be good? You're of course gonna see that as a turnoff. So if you come to me and you're like, hey, I've been with 50 dudes,
Yeah.
no shit, that's gonna be a turnoff. What do you mean? So also, that shows me how rare you're not. 50 dudes convinced you to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So do you think I feel special at all? Do you think I feel like I accomplished anything at all?
Yeah.
And again, people are going to get pissed off at hearing that, but I mean, how else are you going to break it down more simple? Like, 50 guys, 50 people convinced you to allow that to happen. And then you're going to come to me and tell me that
It's
I'm
special.
rare.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is tough.
Not happening, man. Sorry.
Now, just to throw like a weird quirk into this,
Please do. I like debating back and
do
forth.
you have a number one porn star? Like, is there a girl that you're just like, man, that girl?
I
got it
stopped
going
watching
on.
porn a while back.
All right, cool. A liar's on the couch.
No, I did. Yeah.
Okay, did you ever have a number one? Was there ever a girl? You ain't even got to say her name, but was there a girl that you're like, man, she got it?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so, no.
Well, never mind.
I mean, I guess like Mia Khalifa's like the main girl, so I would automatically think of
Khalifa.
her, but like
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's just use her. If she came to you and was like,
no,
all right, didn't even say
not a
the thing.
chance. For multiple reasons though. She makes more money than me. She's been with a ton of dudes.
Say you're
She's-
what is this? Are you blue pilled or red pilled? What is this? I don't know what those. I know they say like, oh, you're one or the other. If you're like,
I don't know which is which.
Red
it sounds
pill.
like you've
Red
taken
pill.
the thing.
Red pill.
Okay, you're red pill. So you're red pill. Now, I'd have a conversation. I mean, probably talk.
Talk with her.
What do you want to do? Like, Okay.
Yeah, dude, I
Not
don't
with
know.
her, but there are some people that'd be like, yeah, I mean,
But then, like,
But here's the
think
thing.
about you.
Here's the thing. Do you want to marry? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with that person?
if Riley Reed came to me,
brother.
You think
you imagine
actually
you
sit
pull
down
up.
and break this down? You want to spend the rest of you want to have a child with her. You
And
want
then
to
think
you want
about
that
you
kid to
pull
grow
up-
up and say what his mommy did.
with Riley Reed,
bro.
Bro, you're crazy.
I can feel her personality, dude.
This is the problem. This is exactly what I'm talking
That's
about.
not what you meant.
This is exactly what I'm talking
But
about.
dude, and then,
Brother,
but
she
imagine,
just feels
imagine
like a
pulling
good
up your
person.
She's not a good person.
Imagine you're married and then you pull up your fucking whatever.
Just for the record, I don't like what you
and
just said.
she's there. I mean, just sucking another dude's dick right there.
What are you gonna do when
That's
you're
crazy.
all right? Your
Hold
son
on, what
comes
was
home
it-
from school with one of his friends, and his friend's like, "Hey, isn't this his mom?"
Yeah,
And it's her sucking some dude off.
That's crazy.
yeah, but that's the past, bro. I'm looking into the
You wild for that.
future.
You wild for that,
It's Riley Reed, dude.
dude. I get it.
She
I get what you're
touched
saying.
me.
I
You're
understand.
falling into the
I'm
Matrix,
picking up
bro.
what you're saying, dude. But
You're becoming an
Okay,
agent.
crazy.
You're
so
becoming
here-
an agent, bro.
So here's a good.
You ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
You know the agents?
Yeah.
You're becoming an agent.
yeah.
So here's a good example then. What is that girl that you were like, she's the best of all time? She's got black hair. Like Pete was just about to get with her or something, or did get
Oh,
with
Jenna
her.
Ortega?
Oh,
No.
no, you're talking about the model
Yes, I don't know
Emily
her.
Richkowski.
Her.
Yeah.
So obviously we can kind of see she has since she's a celebrity, she has a track record.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate to call it like that, but like you can see, oh, she's been with these many guys. You have to assume she had sex with all those guys. She came to you right now. You already can kind of figure out somewhat of a number. You're saying no to her?
Oh,
It depends
I
on what the
don't know.
number is.
Yeah.
Like, if
And,
you're like,
and the fact that she's already she's a mother.
Oh, I thought you
In
were about to
this-
say Muppet. I
No,
was
she's
like,
a mother. Like,
Okay.
and she was married and
there's
was
so
with
many
a
other
dude
like
for a long time.
obviously the point was that like body count does matter, but it does. That's not the only thing that matters. You know
yeah,
what I
so
mean?
you're making Riley Reed unequivocally not matter.
Yeah, well, if the body count's 500, then
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's the only thing that needs to matter for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
someone like this, I don't know who you're talking
I just
about, but
would
it sounds
love
like
her.
Yeah, no, I got.
That's
I,
all
I'm picking up.
I know
picking
how
that up.
I'm gonna be.
I'm picking that up for sure. But
I'm hopeless romantic.
yeah, you need to throw that out the window.
She's already married and she's had a kid.
yeah,
They figured it out. It's
Yeah,
not
we'll
a
see
chance.
how long it lasts.
I'll be around.
sends her DMs every day, every morning.
So like, what are some other like non-negotiables? Like this is obviously a body count being crazy high, can't do it. What is another non-negotiable?
I think the number one thing that most men, because I think a lot of it is, as much as people don't want to say, I think men are very similar. Obviously, everyone has different whatever, but I think men are very similar as far as like biologically what we want in a woman, and then vice versa. I think a lot of women biologically want the same thing in a man. They want a guy that's tall, handsome, financially stable, confident, experienced, whatever. Like these are general things that I think every woman wants. And I would say that for men, I think the number one thing, for sure for me, but I think in general, I think like respect is the number one thing. Respect, like, and understanding like little things that, because like as men, I feel like status is a huge thing. You know what I mean? Like, we're constantly competing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you go out and you get dressed, you're competing because you want to look better than the people around you. Even if you don't think that's why, like, that's what you're
That's
doing.
what
When
it
you,
is, yeah.
when you go to a job, you're constantly
Who's
competing.
got the nicest
So,
watch on?
so it's always
and all that
status.
shit.
You know what I mean? You want a Rolex because it's status. You don't want a Rolex because of how it works,
Yeah.
how it looks. No, you want it because of the status. You want the
Yeah.
car because of the status. And all that ends up being for women in the end. You want that status so that women like you. So I think having a chick,
Brother, that is such a good point. Somebody was saying this the other day in a podcast I was listening to. No dude gets in shape to look good for a girl because a girl, within reason, I think it was a C-Bum interview, and he's like, to a certain point, you're getting in shape for a girl.
Oh, yeah.
But past that point, like abs, nice biceps, shoulders, whatever, where you look okay, like you're looking good, which is typically better than the average person. But
Yeah.
right past that point, it's for the boys.
Yeah.
You're getting in shape for the boys.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's
Girls
it's
only
status,
care a little.
which is why that I think a huge thing, at least that I look for in a chick, is a chick that understands that she wants to help me gain status, right? So something that chicks hate to hear, but like something as simple as like your girl not going clubbing all the time. If your boys see that, if your boys see like, damn, your chick, she's not out partying with all these chicks, that gives you status, right? That gives you like, damn, you got this girl that like, she's on her shit, like she's not out partying doing dumb shit all the time, like that gives you status. So any like a girl that understands that like that's what you want is status. So whether it be that or whatever, but just anything to give you status, because whether we like it or not, people are gonna be like, oh yeah, that's narcissistic, but that's what men want. Men want status.
I think support for me specifically is another big one.
For sure.
The status thing I definitely understand, but for me, like, career-wise and just as a person, like, support in doing, working on yourself and doing shit in your career, I think is, like, a huge deal.
Which I think that also falls in line with the whole respect thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because I've always said that respect has to be number one. If the woman doesn't respect you, bro, that relationship ain't working.
What is this word respect? What's that?
Respect, as far as not
feels
like, oh, you're a dog, sit. No, that's not what it means.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to take it that way, but no, respect, just something like, just respect the things you say, and like, if you do say, if there is something that you don't like and you don't prefer, then it's not like, why I'm gonna do whatever I want. No, it's like, you know what I mean.
It's a
And
conversation.
I don't mean a controlling thing of,
Respect.
hey, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll look that word up later.
but yeah, I just think a level of respect. You know what I mean? Like, if I can't think of a example, but like, just
I mean, the support. That's a really good example.
Yeah.
Like, I love that idea. Not everybody's like that.
yeah,
You're not always going to be with someone who supports you. And I've been with people where maybe I didn't like the thing, but I supported them because they were interested.
well, and that's
into
also
it.
a level of respect. So
Right?
Same thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
respect them.
Respect is huge for men. Men have to have respect from who they're with. I think.
Or they should.
I think you have to. Or it's a train ready to derail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think you have, like, you have to demand it.
Yeah. How you do that?
You know.
How
So,
do you do that?
You want to go to class tonight?
but yeah,
Oh,
that's always been my number one, because that was the first thing. Because me and my girl, like, we had that talk when we first started dating. She was like, "What are the 3 things that you want out of our relationship?" And I told her, and then I was like, "What are the 3 things that you want?" So, and we got on the same page. So,
Are you allowed to say your 3?
Oh, it's been a while. I know respect was number 1.
Don't make more money than me, and if you do, give it to me.
No, I believe support was in there as well. Respect, support, and then I'm trying to remember what the last one was.
Here's a good one while you're thinking of that. I talked to my sister, like, she is my North Star, if you will. Mm-hmm. And she always wants 2 things in a relationship, and she says it has to be like 60-40 or 70-30, depending on what it is, but it's sex and communication. So, like, if communication's on point, sex should be happening. Mm-hmm. But, like, you can't have sex without communication. Like, I feel like communication, you definitely have respect and everything in there, because if you don't communicate, everything falls away.
Right.
Like, if you're not talking to me, I don't know where you stand. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know where you point of view on me is.
Yeah. But I remember us talking, I think it was at the gym one day, about communication for you specifically.
Yeah.
And how you're not the person that's like constant. Like,
No.
I don't need a 10-minute
That's a
update.
wild take.
You know what I mean?
You are a rare bird, like, for sure.
I talk to my girl about this all the time, because chicks are emotional. Like, there's no way around that. Like, they when there's stressful things going on, they want to talk about it. They want to, you know what I mean? And I've really tried to, like, push it down her throat, honestly, about, like, hey, look, I don't really care what's stressing you out. There's an end goal, and you have to get to it. And you have a finite amount of time to get to that end goal. So talking to me, typing paragraphs, getting emotional is not going to help you get to that end goal any faster. In fact, it's going to slow you down. So let's get there. And if we need to talk about it after, we can. But right now, we have somewhere to get to. And I know that that's hard for a lot of people. Like, I know it's not something that you can just do. But it's worked really good for me. Like, honestly, you will never ever see me get emotional. Like, it just doesn't happen. It drives my girl crazy sometimes because she's like, you can be emotional, you can talk about certain things. I'm like, no, I can't. I don't have time. This needs to get done, and then as soon as I'm done with that, this needs to get done, and then after that, I need to do this.
There's nothing that gets you going like a rescue puppy video or some shit. Nothing gets you tugged.
Nah.
Big tug.
Don't really have time for it, man. You know what I mean?
You never just catch a stray, just...
No. That's another thing. I don't think a man should ever cry in front of his girl. Obviously, okay.
I think some people don't have like.
Hold on. If it's like very rare, like if like, oh, my mom died. I'm not saying don't be a pussy, fuck your mom. No.
Yeah.
Obvious rare situations, but I don't think
but
you should be going to your girl about your job not doing well, you stressing out in life, you don't know what your next move is. I don't think. So men are good for a lot, or women are good for a lot of things, but that's not what they need to be for you.
Where do you stand on people that, like, for example, I'm not the only dude that I know is like this, but like they'll cry at a commercial. It's not because they're crying because like life is stressful. They're crying like, oh my god, yeah, I wanted that dude to win, or like they'll watch a documentary or like fucking a motivational video, and you're like, let's fucking go, dude. And they just get teared up.
See, I think you need to be inspired, not emotional. Especially in front of other people. Like your girl.
You're saying, hold on. You're saying that's why I cry is because I need to be inspired?
No, you need to be inspired, not get emotional.
I'm saying you can't help it. Like, I'm not making a choice to cry. My ears are literally welling up, and I'm like, oh shit.
You might not think you are.
Huh?
You might not think you are.
I don't think I am.
Yeah, I know you don't. But that's the thing is, I think there's two different types of people. People that can genuinely control their thoughts in their brain.
Okay.
And people that think it's not possible to do that.
I think
I
can
love
control
you.
thoughts.
And I
love you, but I genuinely think in your head you don't think that you can control your brain. And you absolutely can.
There's things that I don't do a well job of controlling, for sure.
Yeah.
The crying at like a cat that was stuck in a gutter and now is like doing really well and then died, I have no control over that.
Circle of life, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's... Bro, I remember there was a time a few years ago around COVID, and it had nothing to do with COVID. It literally had nothing to do. It was just that we had a lot of time at home, and I just was like sitting and thinking like, oh, dude, one day this just isn't going to happen anymore. And I thought about
that.
COVID or you
not
mean
COVID,
life?
like life at all. Like, and I was just like, oh, wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy thought.
And it got me down for a little bit. Not like I was sad to die, but like, oh, that's inevitable. Everyone dies. But I wasn't getting hurt about them dying. I was just getting crazy.
I think that's where you have to force yourself to control your own brain. I think that's what comes in. Cause like,
yeah, but I also like thinking. Like,
yeah, no, you can still think. I've thought about that type of I've thought about that same exact thing. But my answer was, fuck, we're going to run out. I'm running out of time. I need to do good shit as fast as I can. Yeah. I need to get on my shit more. I'm going slower than I should be. I need to get on it more because this is going to end soon. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I totally get
it. I know it sucks to hear. I know.
I mean, it doesn't suck. I'm not saying...
a lot of people get very upset with me because they're like, man, I just can't. Like, same thing with, like, depression and anxiety. Like, I've never experienced that. I don't want to say I don't think it exists. Actually, I don't think it exists. I'll say that.
Well, I think you're wrong.
No, but let me explain. It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't think that. I think you can be depressed.
Yes.
I don't think you can have depression and someone say it's impossible for you to be happy because of this. You can't be happy. You have this. I don't think that exists. I think that's crazy. I think give me that person, give them $5 million, a Lamborghini, a mansion, and move them to Hawaii, and I think the depression goes away.
Wow, that is a very hot take.
Because
I don't think it's material things that make them depressed or not depressed. I think it's like
bills and life and
not
family and
there's
there's all these things, but as much as, again, another thing people don't want to admit, if you have money, those things are a lot easier. If you have money, you can see your family more often.
Well, you
if
can
you
have
money, your
breathing
bills
room
are paid.
for sure.
You know?
But sometimes people feel like they're not loved. And maybe a lot of that has to do with them getting in their own head and shit like that.
It absolutely does.
I'm not saying, like, depression doesn't exist. I believe it does. I believe
I think
you, just like you can get good momentum, you can get bad momentum.
I think depression
let
exists.
that shit just beat you the fuck down.
I do think it...
That's what
Personally,
depression
here's the weird take on it. I, in my brain, don't think it exists. Now, I know that it's out there. I know that there is people with it. I think it's a very, very small number compared to the amount of people that actually say they have depression. I think it's very inflated, and a lot of people like to claim it because it's a really easy excuse for your inadequacies. But I do think there is people out there, and that's unfortunate. But I think if you have the mindset, so my mindset is it doesn't exist, right? In my head, it does not exist. Whether it does or not is irrelevant because I don't think it exists. If something doesn't exist to me, then it can't affect me, right? Like if you believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in ghosts, and we're like, hey, you're gonna spend the night in this haunted house, and I'm gonna spend the night in the haunted house. You're gonna have a way shittier night than me, and I'm gonna sleep fine.
Yeah.
And there might be a ghost in there, but I don't fucking believe in it, so it can't affect me at all. You're gonna be freaking out the whole time whether there's a ghost or not. You're gonna be like, fuck, what was that noise? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a healthier mindset to, rather than give people this crutch and be like, yeah, you probably have depression, you probably have anxiety, you need to get on pills, you need to do, you can't be happy, like you just have it. No, I think it's better to be like, no, it's your fucking brain, you control it, like that shit isn't real. Again, whether it's real or not is irrelevant, but I don't believe it's real. It can't affect anything. And again, at the end of the day, I have shit that I have to do. So something like depression, whether it's real or not, damn sure isn't going to get in the way. I'm not going to let thoughts get in the way of my end goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I totally see that point of view. And there's not really an argument to something if you don't believe in it.
Yeah. And again, I understand that there is people like, for sure, like PTSD and stuff like that, for sure, those, like, certain people have those things, but I just think the numbers are way smaller than people. I think it's very easy.
Sure.
It's very, like, put it this way.
It's easy to say you have everything.
If I went to 10 chicks that I knew in my phone book, I guarantee you at least 8 of them would say they have depression or have had depression. Yeah. And I think that's fucking insane. I think that's crazy.
I think if you can go in somewhere and fake like you have something, and they say you have it, it's like, okay,
and not to
that's
crutch
a little
the rest
crazy.
of your
Well, everybody today has ADHD.
Yeah.
They're autistic.
That's what I'm saying.
They're trans. Everybody's everything.
Yeah. And it's just because it's makes your life easier. Right. Now you have an excuse. Anytime you fuck up, you now have an excuse.
This is gonna come off really weird, but I this has been on my heart a little bit about this type of subject, and it's like, it's not me criticizing, it's more me asking, because I don't know what the fuck, but how come all the groups that want to be individuals, when they become individuals, then want to be accepted as not normal, but like, it's really, I don't have the or I don't have the vocabulary.
Give me an example, because you're losing me here.
It's going to be hard because then I have to call out.
Call it out. Who cares?
I'm not calling anyone out. That's the point.
Give an example then.
Hypothetically speaking.
Let's just say,
hypothetical.
A trans person wants to be normal. Be looked as normal.
Okay, so we'll use that as an example.
All right, I'll call it out.
So a trans person wants to be normal.
Deemed as normal, right?
Normal, right? Mm-hmm. And then you treat them normal.
Mm-hmm.
The normal construct is like male, female, and you say whatever you assume they are, which they're going to get on to you for assuming whatever. But you're trying to treat them normal, and then you do something that is doing that, treating them normal, and then they're like, what the fuck, I am this. And then you're like, oh, my bad. And then you start to treat them like that, and they're like, don't treat me like I can't be treated normal. Where the fuck are we?
That's the double.
What are we doing?
I don't get involved in any of that.
But do you understand what I'm getting at?
Well,
it's like you want to be treated unique, or you want to be unique, but you want to be treated normal. So we cannot address uniqueness. We have to treat you normal. But when we treat you normal, there's a problem because you're unique.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just want to know you as Hilton.
Yeah.
And if I call you him or, hey, he did this, It's because that's my fucking dude. That's my bro.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
I just think it's all crazy. I think all of it.
And I don't mean for that to
ridiculous.
attack like sex or whatever. I meant that for like anybody that falls into that equation like that. Like if.
Well, you know what's funny about it though? I
don't know.
feel like the people that like the original LGBT groups or whatever. I feel like the people that have been in it forever and been a part of it forever, whatever. I feel like they're looking at all these people right now and they're like, "What are you guys doing? Y'all are fucking it up for us.
Yeah.
We just wanted to be normal, and now y'all are taking it to this extreme
degree of
like." And now it is causing hatred against us because of what you guys have turned it into.
You know what it
we
is?
got what we wanted. We were able to get married. We were able to be looked at as normal, and now
Yeah.
you guys are turning it into this crazy thing. And it's like, I don't give a shit what you got going on in your life.
Yeah.
But don't come to me and tell me what I have to do, have to say, have to whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care if you go home and do heroin every night. I genuinely don't give a fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
But like
Casey doesn't care.
like don't change my life. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But that's always been a botherance to me. Like, dude, why the fuck? Why is it like you put this thing on a
Pedestal.
fucking pedestal?
Yeah. A pedestal. I saw you going
pedestal.
and
I was gonna
like,
say spectrum, and I was like, whoa,
don't
but,
do that.
but you put it on a pedestal, and then we're not allowed to talk about it or look at it or anything.
Yeah.
But you're like
Yeah.
shoving it in people's face, like,
Yeah, but I gotta be like this.
but I can't talk about the water bottle. But it's. But I'm talking through the water bottle. You can't see anything, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? Get the water bottle out of my face.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, just let you and me be who we are, how we met.
Yeah.
I don't care if you change 100 fucking times. Kitty is still Kitty to me. You're still Hilton to me. You're still Casey to me. It's like, even if you fucking become the best in the world at jiu-jitsu and make all the money in the fucking world, you're Casey.
Yeah.
But I also am like a hopeless romantic in the fact that I look at the best in people, even if I hate some shit he does. I look at the best qualities of him, and I'm like, that's who I think of when I think of Hilton.
Right.
I don't think of like whatever the worst shit is. You know what I'm saying? But I know people that are like, well, this person did this. This person did that. This. I mean, if he did some crazy shit like the stuff you cannot do, that's different. But like fucking, if you hit my car on the way out and rubbed it and didn't notice, who cares? Like, we'll figure it out.
No,
But it's like, if you're doing like the things
see
you
what you
cannot
mean.
do.
About the whole pedestal idea too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
it's
if
always
you-
in front,
if-
but you can't
Yeah,
look.
I just fucking that.
Fired up.
Hey,
Boiling, huh?
I want to get into another pet peeve. This is like a really quick thing. What is y'all's take? And you already know. You're gonna know mine. When you're behind somebody in fucking traffic, right? And say you have to get out from a street onto like, I wouldn't say a main street, but like one of the like sub main streets that has like a turning lane. The whole stretch of the fucking road.
Talking about down here?
I'm talking about this fucking road.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't pull out into that unbeknownst. Like, there's not exactly signals the whole way. You can go either fucking way. Nobody's in the lane. But they will not pull out into that lane
Into the middle lane.
to then get started
Yeah.
to looking like
Yeah.
you're going to fall in line.
I see what you
They'll
mean.
just sit
At
till
the-
no traffic. fucking no traffic
guy's
either
crazy.
side.
Yeah.
What
Bring
the fuck
bring
is
it
that?
down. Bring it down.
I mean,
Get me
I
going,
know,
dude.
you get really upset
They'll
about
be
this.
parked. I was literally trying to get out, right? This girl's sitting there, and she's waiting for no traffic. I know this. Pissing me off. She goes, like, go around if you can't wait. Oh, I will. And I did. Because
How did she know you couldn't wait? Were you fucking...
when I pulled up,
Intended-
dude, I was like, I went like this in the mirror. I'm like, bro, you got plenty. There's nobody coming to your left side. And you're trying to go northbound or whatever. You can get in that middle lane and then get over faster. You can do this. It absolutely can happen. But you're sitting, because by the time the traffic comes on this side, that side's open. But now there's traffic on you can't get out.
Yeah.
You could have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're gonna fucking wait till the grass grows, dude.
I mean, I really don't. I mean, like, yeah, if you're gonna sit there for 30 minutes, then yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm
but, like,
a little
I don't
bit
give a
antsy
shit.
when I'm like,
I
I
can
just
tell.
want to get to
Yeah,
wherever
he's
I'm
very.
fucking
You're
going.
very.
Dude.
He's very particular about.
I do want to clarify because we were talking about earlier about that whole respect thing, and I didn't give an example.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, this is way earlier. But I've already caught shit for it before because people are like, oh, what do you expect a chick to like bow down to you and respect you? So no, it's not what I was talking about because I caught shit on it for Facebook like 3 days ago. I guess like very minute example would be like if I'm at the gym, right, and I'm like, and my girl calls me, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just talking with the guys real quick. That's something as simple as that is the stuff I'm talking about, right? Like very simple stuff. I don't mean like, no, you have to bow down to me, but like there's things that, especially around your boys. I think that's a big thing. Like let's say we're at like we're somewhere together and I like my girl's with me and I'm like, hey babe, can you go grab me a drink? No, go get your own. Like that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Like I think if that type of shit's happening, that's a problem.
Or you're like,
So you're
you're like
like
hanging out with your boys and you guys are like having a good time and your girl's there and she's like in a shit mood.
yeah. When are we leaving?
Yeah.
This is boring. Why are we here?
Yeah.
They're weird.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's her not having respect.
So
for
how
you.
do you get her in line just a little?
Whoa.
Yeah. So
I'm asking.
No,
I'm beta, dude.
I don't think you get involved. I personally would never get involved with anyone that would act that way.
But what if you are involved with someone?
Yeah, and you
leave.
don't know, and then all of a sudden it
And I-
happens.
Well, then that's
Casey doesn't care. This is a terrible person to ask.
no. It's very simple, man. You just let them. Hey, look, this isn't how it's gonna be. If it's gonna be like this, then we're not gonna work.
Casey has no weaknesses. I don't know if you've noticed. Zero.
I mean, how would that not be the answer? What's the other answer? Oh, you know what? I know these
We'll
are my
figure it
morals.
out.
I know
Let's
these.
work
I know
through
these are
this.
my morals and my boundaries.
Yeah, but then how long do you
Hold on.
have working through it?
Hold on, no,
That's also a very good question.
no, hold on. Yeah, zero times what you have. Hey, this is what I expect. You have expectations of me. If someone were to come up to you and steal your purse, you would expect me to step up and handle that situation, right? What if that happened and I looked at you and I was like, so what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's me not doing my job as a man, right? Like, if there's a leak on the roof, you're not getting up there to check it out. If your car's making some weird noises, I'm going to look at it. Even if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I'm going to look at it. If the trash needs to be taken out, I'm taking the trash out. You have expectations of me, so I'm obviously going to have expectations of you. That's what makes a partnership a partnership. So,
Symbiotic relationship.
for you to be giving all these things that are expected of you, but then you ask something as simple as, hey, I want you to respect me, the person that you're supposed to love and want to spend the rest of your life with. If they can't do that, obviously that's a huge problem.
I mean, I totally agree, but I also fall really heavily onto that crutch of like devil's advocate, and I try to like.
No, please. I've been going back and forth with people on Facebook all week, so let's hear the questions. Devil's advocates. I want to hear them.
No, I mean, I didn't have an example question. I'm just saying like, oh, if I'm in a situation where it's like, if me and him are hanging out, okay, that's terrible, I guess. If me and a girl are hanging out and they're like, I'm bored, let's get out of here or something, I'd be like, okay, I need to take their feelings into consideration because it'd be
absolutely,
rude if I
but there's a
just
way to
don't.
approach it. You're right. You're right. Like if my girl were to pull me to the side and be like, hey, can we talk over
I think
here?
that's where it's getting lost. Maybe is like people are
Yeah.
like, oh, he just doesn't fucking
No,
care
if my
at
girl
all.
were to pull me to the side and be like, hey, look, we've been here for 4 hours, I'm getting bored, I'd be like, all right, look, I get it.
Yeah.
But if she just comes up to me and I'm in the middle of a conversation with all my friends and she's like, how are we still here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
To me, that's disrespectful. I would never do that to her.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I mean by devil's advocate is like, even if I'm experiencing like happiness in a moment or something, or I know
Right.
I could going to do something, but I know it's going to bring someone else down. I'm like, fuck, how do I sweeten the pot for this situation?
And
So
see-
what I'll do, I'll be like, I'll be there less.
And I think that's
I'll go do this, but
I
I'll
think
be there
that's
way less
also where
time.
it comes into play. Where, like I said, men and women are different. Because as men, I'm sure both of you know, we'll damn sure sit there for hours if it means that our chick's gonna be happy when we
That's
get home.
so true.
Mm-hmm.
Damn sure. It doesn't matter what's going on, how boring it is. If there's a dude there that we hate, like Yeah, you know what I mean.
Put this
So
motherfucker in my face, dog.
so yeah, that's where
Yeah, no,
that's
I
where it's
get it.
different. And yeah, I don't know. People don't like hearing a lot of this stuff. But I don't know. I think
it's important for people, for people to hear it in a way that you can break it down and maybe people understand it a little bit better.
right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
The problem is, like I said, people want to immediately get emotional and argue.
Right.
And I'm like, look, we can talk about this. Like, I'm not going to get emotional with you. So,
Yeah.
like, we can gladly talk about this and we can break it down. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
I do think if I break it down, I think you'll understand it a little more. And there's a lot of things that are like unfortunate truths.
Right. Yeah.
But in the end of the day, it's just like if women are better nurturers than men.
Yeah.
Period.
100%.
I'm not gonna get upset and be like, "Nuh-uh."
Yeah.
I know some men that
Yeah.
are better than women. No,
Right.
in general,
Mhm.
women are better at like
Well, and I
the
think
family things
also
than men are.
a lot of it is the way people go into these situations. You know what I mean? It's like we've talked about. It's like being very emotional up front and
Yeah.
wearing that your heart on your sleeve
Yeah.
type thing, right? And it's kind of one of those things you have to go in. And I think you should be this way about everything. But you have to go in with an open mind.
You have to.
You have to be open about things,
Yeah.
and you have to be able to listen to somebody and say, okay, let me understand where they're coming from,
Right.
whether I like it or not. And this comes down to even like politics and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Whether it's whatever kind of debate you're having, if you can sit there and have an open mind and listen to the person and say, okay, I can see where you're coming from here. I don't agree with that,
Right.
but I understand where you're getting at.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can at least I see like the basis that you're standing on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I was so amazed when that girl on Facebook was like, "There's no way you took any inspiration from this guy." I'm like,
Yeah.
what a ridiculous
It's
thing
just
to
aggressive.
say. Because like, if you were to tell me that Joe Biden inspired you in a way,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard." There's
That's-
nothing he could say that could
I'm
inspire
glad you found inspiration, dog.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
would
mean?
never ever be like, it's impossible for you to find inspiration from
Right.
that dude, because
Right.
you don't know what I learned from that dude. Because what I did learn is like I said, like you, honestly, my relationship has improved, that's the funniest thing about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Since listening to Andrew Tate, my relationship has probably gotten 3 times better.
Really? That's awesome.
Because I straight
Yeah.
up, I was like, look,
Straight up.
this is it's my job to make sure you're taken care of. It's
Yeah.
my job to make sure you're not stressed out. If you are stressed out, I need to handle the situation. I need to handle you or the situation.
Yeah.
Like, this is my job. Like, my job is to make your life easier, period.
Right.
And that's made my life so much easier and my relationship so much better.
And she feels happier also?
Yeah.
In the whole
Oh, yeah.
scheme? That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Like,
great.
don't get me wrong, she definitely gets irritated because, like I said, when the emotions get involved,
It's tough to...
it's
yeah.
hard for a chick to understand, like, oh, I can't be emotional. I mean, I don't want to say can't, but I shouldn't be.
Not around Casey.
Right.
I'm like, you shouldn't be emotional. What is being emotional right now going to do?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to benefit you more? Figure out the answer or be emotional?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know
So,
what you mean.
but I mean that's the thing, and people don't like the generalizations, but you have to speak in generalizations. I think it's ridiculous to not speak in general. If like I said, like if I say one thing and then someone's like, well, nuh-uh, I know one girl that did this.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like
okay.
if I say
Got it.
men are physically superior to women,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's gonna trigger so many people saying that simple
Which is
sentence.
wild.
Yeah.
Which is it's crazy, right? Physically superior.
Yeah.
But chicks will be like, well, nuh-uh, I know a girl that, what about this girl? And it's like,
Yeah.
look, you're talking about the minority. You have, and then they're like, well, you can't just generalize. You absolutely can generalize.
Yeah.
The whole world is on generalizations, you know what I mean? That's why the mouse on a computer is on the right side. That doesn't mean there's not left-handed people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
people are
Come
right-handed,
on,
so
guys.
that we're going to
That's-
put it on the
yeah.
right side. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so I think that's the biggest issue is people get so mad about, oh, you're generalizing. Well, yes,
Yeah.
you have to,
But, I mean, yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah.
but,
I heard that.
yeah.
That's
So.
tough.
Doggy dog.
It's tough.
You over there thinking, and you.
I mean, I like to think
Gives-
things through. Like, I like
No,
to hear what you're saying, and I'm like, yeah, man.
Well, and that's why
And
I
let that
started.
shit
That's
fly.
literally what.
Or see where I would see patterns in my life.
Yeah, that's what got me listening to Andrew Tate. Is like actually hearing him, and I was like, damn, this dude. Like, I understand that people are getting offended because of the way he's starting these things out, but like what he's saying, absolutely makes sense.
Is there one that you recommend that could maybe clear up people? Or like, yo, if you're going to listen to him for the first time.
If you're gonna listen to him for the first time, listen to the interview, the recent one with Tucker Carlson. Very good interview.
Okay.
He's going through this case where he just was in jail and all this, and he's getting
Yeah,
charged.
what
for all
happened
this.
there? What was that?
So, I don't know. Do we have a decent amount of time? 10 minutes?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So, Andrew Tate's whole thing obviously was like men need to be better men, women need to be better women. He talked more about women need to be better women because, like I said, there's enough people saying men suck and men, So he was the converse to that. But his other thing was he talked about what he calls the matrix, which is, I would like to think we all believe in it in a different word, but like there's people pulling the strings, right? Like there's people like whether it's with COVID or with politics, whatever. I would like to think to an extent everybody believes there's someone pulling strings somewhere, right? Whoever it is, yeah. So he calls it the matrix, and like you said, he became he was the most Googled person for 3 months straight. Yeah. More Googled than Donald Trump, more Googled than Putin. He was the most Googled person for 3 months. Came out of nowhere. So obviously that means.
By the way, your mom's house discovered him pretty much first. Because he was on your mom's house like a year before he ever blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
But yeah, so obviously being basically the most famous man on the internet out of nowhere means you have influence. And so he immediately in his podcast were like, look, people don't like what I'm saying. The Matrix, as he called it, the Matrix wants men to stop being men, women to be over men. That way men break down. That way we are a weak society. And everybody, of course, was like, oh, this is crazy conspiracy, whatever. He's like, so because they don't like what I'm saying, because I'm teaching men to be men and not be conquered by women and not be stepped on and all this, they're going to cancel me. You're not going to see me anymore. I'm the most seen person on any platform, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything. But you're not going to see me. They're going to shut me down. It's only a matter of time. 3 weeks later, every account gone. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. They deleted his Airbnb accounts, his bank accounts, everything.
Isn't he on house arrest in his estate?
So we'll get to that. So he was doing a few podcasts, not his own because they deleted his stuff, but he was on other people's, and their accounts started getting taken down. And their videos and podcasts started getting taken down. And in the podcast, he specifically said, "There's 3 strikes. I've already been strike 1. They tried to cancel me. That's not working because my face is still everywhere. The next strike is they're going to put me in jail for something I didn't do. Mm-hmm. So when they do that, don't believe it. I didn't do it. And then if that doesn't work, they're going to kill me."
Yeah.
And everybody thought he was crazy. 3 weeks later, he's in jail for human trafficking, right? That's the alleged human trafficking and rape, right? So 2 heinous charges. You're like, whoa, what the fuck?
When you heard that fresh, how did that hit you?
Honestly, I had been watching him so much, and I had heard, dude, I've heard him talk so much about women, even to the, I don't want to say the degrading part, but even the degrading part of like, he straight up said, if I'm talking to a chick and she's not into me and she doesn't want to have sex to me, then she can get the fuck out of my house. Yeah. Which, that sounds mean, but to me, that's not what a rapist says. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, no, look, I have options. I'm a multimillionaire. I have a mansion. I live in Romania. If you don't want it to be, if you're not about it, someone else will be. You know what I'm saying? That's
harsh.
It's a harsh, but
it's real.
So I heard a lot of that.
Oh, I mean, we wouldn't know,
but I also heard a lot of how he felt about women, how he was always like, like, I would never harm a woman, I would never, do any of this, blah blah blah. So, and then on top of hearing, hey, these are the 3 strikes they're gonna hit me with. So as soon as I heard it, I was like, holy fuck, he was right. He's right. He called it. So
do you think he'll be murdered?
Yeah, I do. So
you heard it here first.
The first one was human trafficking, right? And we didn't really hear anything about the exact charges of that. And then the other charge was rape. So this chick said he kidnapped her and raped her, right? Well, he has a mansion with like CCTV footage everywhere. So that then came out of her ordering pizza, leaving the gate to get the pizza from the pizza man, coming back in, getting in the hot tub, hanging out in the room, hanging out in the living room. Clearly not held against her will. Yeah. So that got thrown out. He then countersued her because that was her 7th case of kidnap and rape that she accused someone of. So wow. I feel like that should tell you your answers there. She didn't win none of them? Yeah. So that should tell you your answers there. Not only is he countersuing her for false allegations or whatever, but one of the 7 guys that she accused of committed suicide because he like couldn't deal with all the craziness going on of being accused of rape. So he's also countersuing her for the cause of his death. It's now came out that the human trafficking charges are not what you and I would typically think human trafficking is. I think, oh, he's getting chicks, selling them for sex. That's not the human trafficking. It's really, now that it's came out, it's really ridiculous what it is. But it's now came out that he was convincing women to take TikTok videos so that he could collect money from their TikToks. That's the charge. That's the only charge that exists right now.
And that's a human trafficking
That's
charge?
technically human trafficking because you are using the lover boy method to convince women to make money so that you can profit.
That's a legal term? Lover boy method?
Yep. It's literally a legal term.
Wow.
Lover boy method. So they're basically saying that him and his brother told these chicks that they loved him and they were going to marry him if they make TikToks, and taking money from their TikToks. But they've yet to find any transactions through TikTok. Nothing collecting money from these girls, nothing. And it's all weird because he was held in Romanian prison for 3 months, which is the maximum amount you can be held without a charge. Mm-hmm. So he was held, didn't have a charge, so they let him go, put him on house arrest. And then 3 months is the maximum amount of time you can be held on house arrest without being charged but not guilty, right? Mm-hmm. So that's when this TikTok charge came up, was 2 days before that 3 months. So now he's still on house arrest. So, yeah.
Wow.
I think if they don't find some bogus charge to put him in for tax evasion, something like that, then I think they're going to kill him. As crazy as it sounds. I've never been like a huge conspiracy person. But.
And with that being said, you think they will kill him. Who is they?
The people that push the narrative, man. Like, there's a narrative being pushed. I would hope. It sounds crazy, like, sitting here talking about it. But
you think it's American? Or you think it's, like, world?
I think it's both. I think
you think it's the
NWO,
a lot of it, like New World Order type.
No,
stuff?
I think a lot of it's America, because if you go to a lot of other countries, you don't see the shit that's happening here. You don't see men being pussies. You don't see men pretending to be women and women pretending to be men. You don't see all this stuff. Women need to make X amount of money. Like, it's still very traditional everywhere. It's still like normal to, hey, no, you don't work, you stay home, I'm going to take care of you, blah blah blah. But for some reason, in America, we have this idea that, like, it's insulting for a woman to stay home and take care of the family, when that's not the case. It's been like that forever. Like, women, if you were to ask, like, 10 girls, like, hey, which do you derive more pleasure from, having a family or having a good career? Most of them are going to say a family. You know what I mean? If you had to choose, do you want a family or a career? Most women are going to say a family. So, like, that's like genetics. Like, that's what you want. You want to have a family. Like, every chick dreams of walking down the aisle in a white dress, having a baby. That's what every chick dreams of growing up. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit. So
this is episode 205. Cancel me. Chicks want babies and to get married.
I mean, they do, though. They do. They really do. And that's the thing. People want to take it as an insult, but, like, that's what you're supposed to want. Yeah. Why would you be insulted by a group of men by men that want to make a lot of money, take care of you, make sure you don't have anything to ever stress about, and I just need you to make sure we have a good family and build a good family for us. That's your job. My job is everything else. Yeah. I don't want you to worry about anything else. I'll handle everything else, but I need you to make sure we have a good family. Yeah. Our kid grows up with good morals. Our kid grows up how he needs to grow up. I'll take care of everything else. Like, that's not a bad... It's weird to me that that's a bad thing. Like, I'm not saying that...
It's not a bad gig.
Yeah, it's not. It's not, right? Like, not a bad gig. And I do understand... Look,
you're selling me on it.
I do understand that...
I have a child.
I do understand that times have changed, and, like, times have changed, money's changed. People don't make what they used to make, so it is harder to do, like, a single-income household. I get that. Yeah. But I do still think that there's gender roles that are to be played, you know what I mean? Like when I come home, like, you have a job and I have a job, like, we should both be expected to perform, and it's just weird to me that that's became like an insult today, you know what I mean? Like, the whole, like, make me a sandwich thing is turned into, like, this, like, terrible insult and joke, but, like, what if I got that offended when you said take out the trash? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'd be like, absolutely, babe. I don't want you touching the trash. That's gross. I'll handle that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me that it's like that, because, like I said, there's not things. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's not things that men have been like, I'm not doing that shit anymore. Men don't, like, for the most part, we still open doors for people, for women. We still,
It's not just open doors, period. Like, I think that's a respectful thing.
Yeah,
like,
but it's like, but you know what I mean? Like, there's still these things that, like, that, yeah, of course I'm going to do that. Like, I would never, ever expect you to do that. You know what I mean? Like, when you go on an airplane, if you see a lady putting her suitcase up, you help her. Like, these are things that...
It's innate in us.
It's normal.
You cannot help it.
Yeah.
But they do want, like, treat us equal or normal or whatever, and it's like... But I can't help it. I will open a door. I don't.
Here's the problem, though.
I'm not attacking you as a person. I believe you're strong enough to get the door. It's that I care enough.
Here's the thing about that, though. There's this whole feminist movement, like, of equality, but, like, you don't want that. Women do not want equality. You don't want that. Let's be real. You don't want that shit. Like, do you really want to be treated?
Let me fart on you
like,
real quick.
First off, like, do you, like, let's actually think, like, I don't think women genuinely understand how much harder a life is for a man than a woman. Like, actually think about that. Like, most chicks are like, that's not true. We give birth, blah, blah, blah. No. Like, think of the dating market alone. Think of how, like, if you
imagine trying to suck a dick. That's gross.
Think of the dating market alone, though. Like,
you get to pick the dick, though.
You don't really, though. You have to really pick
chick?
a person.
As a chick, you get to pick the dick.
But I'm saying, I can't see your dicks. I'm not going to be like, I don't know who has the better dick. I'm not seeing it. I have to invest in you and be like, yeah, let's fuck real quick.
That's not even close to true.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no, you don't have to invest. As a woman, you don't have to invest nothing to get to a dick.
No.
You cannot just sit in your bedroom and then dicks are just in your room.
All right. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Yeah.
But you got to do something. You
not really. Something? Not post.
Come through.
But make a story.
You can't just pick the dick. Dog. You have to pick the person, figure out if the dick's good, and then go on.
If you were an attractive girl, you posted on your Snapchat story, your Instagram story, send me your dick pics. I'm picking the best one.
All right, you're going straight to the fucking...
You know how many dick pics you would get?
Yeah, no shit.
Then you pick the dick.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
That's the only
Think of the
way.
dating market alone. Imagine if I was like, all right, Hilton, you got 1 week to find a chick on Instagram and go to her house. Compared to a chick. Like, he would...
No, you should just
if
say
he was
quickest time.
lucky,
Girl could do it in seconds.
If he was lucky, he would make 1 of 10. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
If he's lucky. And, like, chicks, 9 out of 10 at least, if not 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the disconnect that, like, chicks don't understand. Because I asked a chick one day, I was like, do you understand, like, how hard it is to attain a girl?
How hard it is to attain?
Like, you know how much you have to bring to the table just for her to even look at your Instagram account.
To give you
just to look at your Instagram account.
Yeah.
Like, so much. And then how much talking has to happen for her to agree to meet you.
Yeah. Dude.
Then, that date, when you finally do meet her,
that shit
has to go perfect.
Brother.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I'm saying.
You know how much I spent on business cards that have my fucking headshots on them? Dude, it's a lot, okay?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they realize, like, life is, like, again, people are going to get mad. Life is much harder for men.
It's also very different, like, your mindset.
It's
and,
definitely
your
different.
Instincts and your genetics and shit. Like, there's this famous bit, and I can't remember the comic who does it, but he points at a couple, or who he assumes is a couple, and he's like, are you guys dating? And they're like, no, we're just friends. And he's like, to the girl, he's like, would you fuck him? And the girl's like, no, he's my friend. And then he says, watch this. This is how different guys are. He goes to the dude, would you fuck this lady over here? And he goes, but the girl said no immediately to the friend.
Yeah.
Guy doesn't even have to see the girl to say yes.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're different. We're different, man.
And that's something that is...
And people just don't
hard
want
to explain.
Yeah.
That's why it's like I don't understand it from a girl's point of view because this is all I know how to feel. You only know it from a guy's point of view.
Yeah.
Us three.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's tough for us to say from a girl's point of view. But that is like what you're saying about like the social construct. That is how it has been. And that is how it seems to work out the best.
Yeah.
Generally.
In general. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it all started because we didn't draw lines though. Because we let so much happen and we were like, oh, it'll be alright. And now that we're trying to draw a line, it's like, oh shit, you can't draw that line. I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is my body.
Well, way back yonder.
Well, there was a line. And then like somewhere between war and now, the line has been erased or blurred or
Yeah.
walked all over and it's just gone. Because if there was a war right now, 100% it'd go back to gender roles like that.
Oh, for sure.
In a heartbeat.
For sure. Or if the Titanic happened again and it started sinking and they're like, oh, should we do kids and women first? And be like, no, what happened to be equal? No, we're equal, right? You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
Rock, paper, scissors.
But here's the thing. That's okay. That's what people don't seem to understand. Like, it's okay. It's supposed to be like that. It is our job as men to allow you to do that.
Right. That's why it's like...
We want that.
We want that.
Hey, you're making us real alpha over here.
I think
we're like, I think, Casey.
Well, I think it's in our DNA to sacrifice and you come first. Yeah. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're weaker than us. It doesn't mean that we're better than you. That's just in our DNA. That's how it's supposed to be. Protect them. And whenever I say I think men have a harder life than women, I don't think women don't have a hard life. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's impossible for a woman to have a hard life. But I do I just don't think most women can even fathom what a man's life is like. Men are lonely. Men are lonely as fuck. And like no one says anything.
I feel you.
Men are lonely as fuck. Why do you think there's way more suicide rate in men? You know what I mean? Like, men are lonely as fuck. Why do you think there's so many of those weird DMs? And that's the funny thing, too. Chicks are like, well, they don't communicate. No, they do. They're the guys that you're posting screenshots on Facebook making fun of. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is how lonely men are. Like, it's hard for a man. It's hard, you know what I mean? And crazy story, too. There's this chick, like, 3 years ago. She became a man. Right? She wanted to see what it was like living like a man or whatever.
I heard about that.
Amanda Bynes.
She yeah, that was it. But she was a speaker comparing men and women. So she did an experiment. She was like, all right, I'm gonna become a man, dress like a man, cut my hair, dress like a man, whatever, get a job, whatever. Less than a year, she committed suicide, and she left a note talking about. She was like, women have no idea how hard life is as a man. Yeah. You're constantly judged. You're constantly belittled. People don't give you the time of day. Most men, like 80% of men in the world, are just ignored. Like you don't even realize they exist. You know what I mean? And she committed suicide, and I think that's a huge statement, man. Like I don't, by no means do I expect pity, but I do think it should be recognized. You know what I mean? I think it should definitely be. I'm not saying like, oh, let's talk about your feelings. No, again, that's not what we fucking do. We're men, but I do think that it should be recognized and understood. Like, damn, men do have it tough. So sucks, we need to appreciate them a little more. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big movement that I don't know if it'll ever happen, especially the way things are going now, because I think men are disrespected now more than ever, because we're now to a point where women will very soon pass us up as far as income goes. I think with like OnlyFans and all this crazy shit going on, like. Money's easier to make for women now, and not that that's a bad thing. I'm not saying women shouldn't make more money, but obviously that gives you a degree of power, right? Like when you make money, that it gives you a degree of power. So I think that instinctively just like kind of makes you feel like you're on top, which makes you feel like you're better. You know what I mean? And women typically don't date down. If you look at when a chick wants to date someone to marry them, they're not like, if a chick makes $100K a year. What are the odds of her marrying a dude that makes $20K a year?
All right,
very low.
Another attack. Okay,
they're very low though. You know what I mean? Like typically a woman wants
100%.
And again, this goes back to women want men that are better than them, and I think they should. But the problem is, this is where the math fucks you up, because if we have a large percentage of women making this type of money, that's a large percentage of men being forgotten and not seen or married or dated, whatever. Because the math just doesn't work there. So, I don't know. I think we're at the beginning of some big problems, to be honest. I think
because what happens if the men don't make the money? Like, you would argue to say that women control sex, and then what do men bring to the table? It's protection, money, shelter, all that. If they can't provide that, and the woman's already providing that,
exactly.
What do you need a guy for?
That's the downfall. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's the problem. So if
it is weird,
which then turns into disrespect. Yeah. Because why would I respect you if I make more money than you? I don't need you. I bought the house. I bought the car. I take care of the kids. I pay for the daycare.
I can have sex with anybody.
I can have sex with anyone I want because I make money. So what do I need you for? Yeah. So that's the issue.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Scary, though.
Unfortunate truths, but there it is.
So women suck.
No, women are great.
Moral of the story.
Let me clarify.
No. Yeah, and you're shaking your head. Yes. No. I'm kidding. I know that wasn't your fucking point, but I was just.
But
trying to rib you a little bit.
let me clarify. I do think women suck now. Absolutely, I'll say that. I think women, I think men and women both are in the worst possible position we've ever been in history. I think both genders are failing.
I am
very bad, very, very bad. I think it's because women aren't being women and men aren't being men. Women are trying to be men, and men are, for whatever reason, becoming like women. Like, you know what I mean? And some are even actually becoming women. But, I think that's the biggest thing is we got away from these roles, and it's fucking us hard. It's going to be a big problem. It's only going to get worse. So, see where she goes.
It's tough. We didn't even get into little guy jits. I wanted to talk about that a little bit, but is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, just keep an eye on my Instagram. I'm not able to put too much on TikTok because it gets taken down. And then Facebook, I've been putting a lot out as well. So
you should just have
doing YouTube stuff though.
I'm gonna start getting into that a little more. Yeah, we'll see how well it goes and if stuff. A lot of usually when I put stuff, it gets taken down.
Why don't you do like a solo podcast? Just you.
I thought about it, but I just.
Because you put out little segments on your Instagram where it looks like it's like a solo pod. It's very good.
Yeah. I would like to. I think the hardest part is just coming up with how to go get into new subjects without someone being there to bring it up. You know what I mean? I feel like it would just sound like I'm bouncing around.
I mean, that is what a podcast. I mean, look at us.
Yeah, but you have each other to work off of. You know what I mean? Like he can bring up something and then you can tie into it. But yeah, that's
talking about segues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm probably gonna end up on.
Start a podcast. We'll be your first guest.
Yeah. There you go.
Pull up, though.
You're like, hey man, this sucks. I'm not having y'all on as guests.
No, it would be cool. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I think it's just
we support that. Like you're very clear spoken about like what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
and I feel like your little videos break it down very easy.
Yeah,
too.
this is a new thing. Like I said, that I enjoy pushing it, and honestly, I enjoy debating people about it. Like when people have questions, I love people asking me questions about it. You know what I mean? Like like if you think I'm wrong and you think that we're going in a great way and like women need to be empowered and be higher than men, then let's talk about it.
Dude, that should be the premise of your podcast.
Yeah.
Have somebody on that you just want to like let's hear the other side.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, just bringing people like live with me. I thought about doing that on Facebook a few times just to see how it goes. Problem is, you
can't control what other people do live though. They could be like, dick.
Well, it's not even so much that. The few times I have tried it, I've had chicks get very, very emotional immediately. And it just turns into them, little dick energy, asshole, dickhead. And it's like, okay, well, I would never call you fat and lazy, so respect me the same and not do this, you know? But, yeah. I think it would be super cool to have.
There's something there.
And there's a lot of chicks that I would love to get on that I personally feel are women that like are doing shit right and have a good head on their shoulders. You know, all the not all the chicks, because there's very few girls that I surround myself with. You know, I'm in a relationship, but my brother's girl, like, there's people that like I think do have a good head on their shoulders and they do understand what I'm saying, and they even may disagree. Like my girl disagrees sometimes, Derek's wife disagrees sometimes, but like we always have good conversations. You know what I mean? And in the end, I think them two and you know whoever else, they know what I'm trying to get across, and they're not like, oh, he's just being an asshole, which is what a lot of people think. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, he's just being an asshole. I'm like, no, I'm trying to genuinely break this down and come up with, maybe not come up with an answer, but at least say, hey, this is a problem, and people need to see that this is a problem, because it's not going to lead to anything good. Yeah, you know,
you could just do like a monthly podcast where you have like, yo, I've been noticing this month. This is a big problem. Or like,
I wanted to do one on the Jonah Hill situation. I really wanted to do one on that.
It ain't even got to be a podcast. It could just be like, you know how you have like YouTubers react.
Yeah, the Jonah Hill.
You'd be fucking
situation.
Perfect for that shit.
Yeah,
because you already have like.
I really wanted to do one on the Jonah Hill situation because that one really got me.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
Just because the thing's behind a little bit, who cares? Yeah. If you can articulate it and somebody wants to hear you talk.
I did a post on Facebook about it, and it got like 300 comments. It was pretty crazy. And I really got into that one because that one kind of like pissed me off a little bit. But I really wanted to make a video on that and get other
Yeah.
people's perspectives of it. But we'll see.
Dude, hey, I'm gonna ride you until you do that.
It's a weird way to say it.
Bro, I'll take them hips. Pan. All right, dude. But anything you want to plug before we get out of here? I think.
Just, my Instagram, Casey Overby, Little Guy Jits, Kuzushi Club Pensacola. Everyone's always welcome to come hang out, learn some jiu-jitsu, learn how to be a man. Just come on through. We got,
Come
open
take my
mat.
course.
And, just appreciate the whole team, appreciate you guys,
Yeah.
same as always. Just gonna keep on
Appreciate
keeping
you,
on.
Hell yeah, dog. Well,
Um,
thanks for fucking coming and hanging.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks
we
for
got
coming
him.
on. As he was talking about Kuzushi Club Pensacola,
Yeah.
fucking Casey Triple C over here, he is at that gym. His brother teaches. Is the main instructor, also belt carrier himself. Dakota.
Jared, you guys didn't know his name last time. Dakota Jared.
Dakota.
That's his last name?
Yeah. Well, that's his last name on Facebook. It might be his middle
That's
name.
not his. No, his last name was. Something.
Bubba. Dakota Bubba.
No, dude, I saw
I
it.
just
the
call
other
him
day.
Jared on
Cro-Magnon.
Facebook.
I'm look. Hold on. No, but I don't think that's his last name. Hold on, give me a
I
second.
know it's not Cro-Magnon.
It's not. I thought it was Mangrum for a long
Mangrum?
time. Mangrum. It's Barlow.
Barlow.
Kissing Kate Barlow.
So what the fuck? It would be Dakota Jared Barlow? Is that his full
Well,
name?
that's what he posted about the.
Oh. Maybe it's NICU.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
What is it?
That's
NICU.
That's
That's
not
his
it.
last
That's
name.
not it. Don't confuse him.
Just jokes.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's gonna run
Don't
with that.
confuse
He's
the
gonna
dumb
run
one.
with that.
All right. But you can catch us all at Kuzushi Club Pensacola. There's open mat every Saturday. There's classes every single night of the week, minus Friday and Sunday. You got morning classes on
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
9 a.m.
Bro, you can catch Hilton at all the morning classes.
Yeah,
apparently.
he's actually putting in
classes,
work,
dog.
trying to better himself as a human being. Love to see it.
Wow. Yeah, super love to see that. You just got a lot of potential to be better, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
dude.
already at
But
the
hey,
peak.
at least I'm doing something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all at class. Y'all ready?
We're
Yeah,
already
wait.
late to class.
Yeah, we're very late to
Yeah,
class.
run up with
but we're
these
gonna
last
wrap
ones.
up out of here. Kuzushi Club Pensacola, check it out. It's off of Cervantes. If you're not in Pensacola, where can you train?
Panacea Martial Arts, baby.
That's
over
right.
there in Foley. That's Tony Rayborn's gym. It's absolutely insane. They're great people over there. If you've got, they're big. They've got a huge kids program too. So if you've got children or know somebody that's got kids that wants to get into martial arts, it's a great place to go. If you're there Wednesday nights, Rich Shimleski,
Shimleski.
yeah,
Yes,
is
sir.
the coach on Wednesday nights, and he owns a Lifestyle Experiment, which is a no-gi company, or it's a lifestyle company, really. But they do.
It's a clothing brand
It's a
company,
clothing
but yeah,
brand.
they
But they do
specialize.
rash guards, no-gi shorts, t-shirts. Working on some gi stuff right now, but
Clean.
absolute killer fucking gear. Super clean, super high quality. That's all we fucking roll in pretty much. So, and I use those now for the gym like all the fucking time. I love their shorts. So
Yeah.
definitely check them out. Their Instagram is at a lifestyle experiment, and their website is alefl.com. And like I said again, if you're over in Foley and want to check out Panacea Martial Arts,
Yes,
definitely
sir.
do that as well.
Also, if you're trying to get tattooed, you're trying to get fucking yatted from the fucking waist up, bro. Johnny Mumbles, Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio. He's gonna get you right. Phenomenal guy. He's got great personality, amazing portfolio. A studio full of artists that are fucking hitters, dude. They're on their way up too. I'm pretty sure somebody in there is probably won Best of the Coast, or at least runner up for like the 20th year in a row.
Yeah.
Shanti,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Show.
Fucking full of killers. Check out their stuff. Commission some work through them, whether it's on your body or for your company or T-shirts or something. But check them out. Couldn't be happier having them on as a sponsor.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thanks, dog. Thanks for coming and fucking
Appreciate you
hanging,
guys.
bro.
Hell yeah.
dude. We
Congrats
appreciate
again
you.
on another belt.
Thanks,
Congrats,
boys.
dog.
Let's
Yeah.
get to class.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee!
Yee!